about great cider, good times, and community as the official cider of the Paddleheads? Western Cider wants to get you to the game. Stop by Western Cider on a home game day, and you could win a free pair of tickets. Bring your Paddleheads enthusiasm to Western Cider on game day. Order a cider and be the first one to tell the bartender, "Go Paddleheads!" And a pair of tickets to that day's game are all yours. Western Cider, 501 North California Street. Open 4 to 8 Monday through Thursday and noon to 8 Friday through Saturday.
Brooks Nuanez of Skyline Sports has spent years patrolling the sidelines in the Big Sky Conference, and he shares that knowledge on Nuanez Now on ESPN Radio.
I think it's the only thing that people should talk about until it's fixed. I don't think there's any way around it. FCS football, and Colter, you hear me say this more than anyone around. It's a very high level of football. And Montana has a very high level of expectation within that realm of football. It's a very high level Division I institution with amazing football tradition. When you go watch Northern Iowa, you go watch North Dakota State, you go watch South Dakota State or Sam Houston or Montana State, monster, efficient, dominant offensive line. Montana has not had that for the better part of a half decade, if not more. I don't think it's a coaching issue. I don't think it's a scheme issue as much as it is a mentality issue. They've had some guys that play over their head, but there are plenty of holes within that offensive line that they need to address.
Catch Nuanez Now from 4 to 6 every weekday on ESPN Missoula.
Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com or on the TuneIn Radio app. Now, back to the ballpark.
Well, it's another night, and it's more delays. Unfortunately, here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. Frankly, I'm a little bit surprised to see him delay it. We haven't seen much in terms of weather coming down. Last 45 minutes or so, there was one little shower that took place that I'm assuming must have kind of been the final, I'm trying to find the right simile for that. It kind of something with a camel's back. I'm kind of forgetting it, but you'll have to forgive me. But we're getting ready for this ball game, Paddleheads and Great Falls Voyagers. The straw that broke the camel's back. There we go. It finally came to him. But we are getting ready for the start of this one, and it was just announced before break that first pitch will now be at 8 o'clock. So here's what we're going to do. For now, we are going to throw it back to ESPN National on the radio side, and we'll come back to you when we are getting set for the start of this ball game. And right now, we're tentatively scheduled to see a first pitch at 8 o'clock. So it's 9 on my clock right now, just turned to 7:30. So in approximately 30 minutes, we'll be back, I would say closer to 25 minutes. We'll be back with you for the first pitch of the ball game between the Great Falls Voyagers and the Missoula Paddleheads. So thanks once again for sticking with us, sticking with all the delays. Hopefully we can get this ball game going and that we don't have another 4.5-hour marathon so that Jeff Safford doesn't lose more sleep. But we'll keep it rolling either way with you here on ESPN Radio 102.9 FM and GoPaddleheads.com. We'll be back with you in about 25 minutes, hopefully with the first pitch of the ball game. Until then, stick around with us.
Nice dancing, everybody. Y'all look so good. I'm hearing, though, we have another Just Dance downloaded. Remember, first pitch is going to be at 8 o'clock, but let's keep dancing. Check out the video board. Let's all play Just Dance together.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Welcome back in here, Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. We've had some rain delays we've been dealing with. We're returning here live on ESPN Radio. I'd like to thank our audience for sticking with us. Had some national syndicated programming keeping you rolling until we are getting set for the start of this ball game. We thought we were going to get started at around 7:30. Then they pushed the start of the game back to 8 o'clock. That's why we're coming back to you now, just a few minutes from the start of this game. It looks like we are finally going to get started as manager Michael Schlack is meeting with manager Tommy Thompson. Michael Schlack, the manager of the Paddleheads. Tommy Thompson, the manager of the Voyagers, as we get set for Paddleheads baseball here on 102.9 ESPN Radio, as the 8-2 Great Falls Voyagers will be taking on the Missoula Paddleheads. And while Tommy Thompson and Michael Schlack meet at home plate for the start of this game, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for this ball game. Touched on while we were kind of killing time before we knew the scenario with the start of this game. Touched on the interesting pitching matchup we got tonight with Mark Timmons making his professional debut, his first start. Nebraska native, pitched at the University of Nebraska at Omaha in his collegiate career that just ended a few weeks ago. So Timmons finds himself here on a professional mound facing a very hot offensive club, the Great Falls Voyagers, going up against C.J. DeBose. Another man seeing his professional debut, Brenton Davis, the catcher, also appearing as manager Michael Schlack and Tommy Thompson head to their respective dugouts. We're actually going to have the national anthem right now. So we'll wait a second for the starting lineups. We'll hit a break for the national anthem. When we come back, we got baseball coming your way.
He's your dad, and you should probably let him know how much you appreciate everything he's done for you over the years. This Father's Day, remember that special guy with a timeless keepsake from the Rolex Crown store downtown, R.P. Ellis. Spring for a Rolex, or find a perfect memento for the man who deserves the best. R.P. Ellis Fine Jewelry in downtown Missoula is the only jeweler in Missoula certified to display the Rolex Crown for very good reason. Visit R.P. Ellis Fine Jewelry now in the heart of downtown Missoula at 228 North Higgins.
Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer Equipment is a local, family-owned business and proud sponsor of Missoula Paddleheads baseball. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer carries a wide variety of truck and trailer accessories, gooseneck and dump equipment. Anytime you want to maximize your flatbed, have hauling needs, require specialized fabrication, or need trailer repair, get the job done right. For professional advice, go to the experts at Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer Equipment, 5680 Expressway in Missoula, or check out their inventory at www.rmtte.com.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Montana's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Montana High School Association and the Montana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula.
Hey, this is manager Michael Schlack, and you're listening to Missoula Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
A little bit tardy as we were last night, but Sammy B is out on the field, and we are just about set for the first pitch of this ball game. Paddleheads and Voyagers. Kind of teased it before we went to break, but let's go ahead and now take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. We'll start with the visiting Great Falls Voyagers. They're in their black uniforms tonight, green numbers on the front, red numbers on the back trimmed in lime green. Leading things off for the Voyagers tonight will be Jake Malik, shifting from right field to center field tonight. Malik leading things off with Colin Runge moving up a number of slots in the order. He was the DH last night. Had a good night swinging the bat for Tommy Thompson. So Runge moves up and is not the DH either. He's out there defensively tonight. Runge will play third base and bat second. Michael Deeb, what a night he had a night ago swinging the bat. Michael Deeb, a 4-hit night, also had 2 RBIs in the game. 4 for 5 a night ago for Deeb. He hits third and once again is out in left field. The smoking hot Riley Jepson bats fourth. Jepson, in his last 3 games, a .538 average overall in the season, 14 for 28 swinging the bat. So Jepson will be a force to be reckoned with once again. He cleans things up and is at first base. Derek Colbush had a couple of big at-bats late in the game. He came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning, batting for Zane Zerbrug. Tonight he gets the start. He bats 5th and is the designated hitter. Batting 6th is Eddie McCabe. McCabe shifts from third base to second base. Was at third base last night. Tonight at second base, batting 6th. Nick Emanuel will make his second start of this 6-game slate behind the plate. He is doing the catching. Also seeing his second start of the series, 3rd appearance overall. Tavis Brunson was also out there as a pinch runner last night. But Brunson bats 8th. He's in right field with Adam Oviedo. Once again, as he has this entire series, bats 9th and is the shortstop. Paddleheads now on the field for the top half of the first. So let's look at how Missoula's batting order will look like for the bottom half of the first inning. Leading things off, as he has through this series, will be Kevin Watley, with Cameron Thompson batting second. Lamar Sparks bats third. He had a home run last night with Nick Gatewood, who had a solid night swinging the bat, a 3-hit night for Gatewood. The team best 3 hits. Gatewood, not the DH, touched on the injury to Jason Newman. Number of injuries announced today. Domingo Pena, who was actually slated to get the ball tonight, he was put on the inactive list earlier today. So with that move being made with Newman going to the IL, the normal first baseman, we see Nick Gatewood move over to first base. And he played quite a bit of first base last season for manager Michael Schlack, so not a place he is not used to being. But Gatewood cleans things up with Keaton Greenwald batting 5th. Brenton Davis, the rookie, bats 6th with Jared Akins batting 7th. Not out there defensively. Akins, though, will be the designated hitter. Brandon Boning bats 8th with Ray Jones batting 9th. That's your starting lineup for the Paddleheads. And on the hill tonight for the Paddleheads will be another rookie, a right-hander out of University of Nebraska, Omaha, also an Omaha native as well. 24-year-old Mark Timmons is taking the ball for the Missoula Paddleheads tonight in his professional debut. 6'3" on the mound, kind of a tall, lanky guy, 205 pounds. Got a chance to meet him for a few minutes before the ball game in the clubhouse. Obviously, a starting pitcher, you don't want to bug a guy like that too much. But wanted to at least shake his hand, say, hey, welcome to the club. And the one thing I kind of picked up on talking to him is he seemed like he was pretty calm. Seemed like he was ready to go for this start. Didn't seem like he was too nervous about going out there in his professional debut. Well, we'll see how it goes. Jake Malik now getting ready to come into the box. We're ready for baseball. About a 45-minute delay, but I guess better late than never. As Timmons is ready to go, the first pitch is on its way, and it is taken outside for ball 1. And we are underway at 8:03. So Jake Malik, Colin Runge, and Michael Deeb coming up in this half inning for Great Falls. The 1-0 pitch from Timmons is swung on and missed. Even counted, a ball and a strike. Gave you the batting order defensively for Missoula. Defense looks like this. Ray Jones out in left field with Lamar Sparks in center, Keaton Greenwald in right, Same outfield as a night ago. The 1-1 pitch is low for ball 2. Left side of the infield occupied by Cam Thompson at third, Kevin Watley at shortstop, Brandon Boning, the second baseman, with Gatewood at first. The 2-1 pitch on the way is cut on and missed by Malik to even up the count. 2-ball, 2-strike count. So right side, Boning and Gatewood. Then doing the catching is the rookie Bretton Davis. Davis also a Nebraska native. The pitch on the way, 2-2, strike 3 on the outside corner. Got him looking. What a good way to start off a professional career. First batter you face, you strike him out looking. And if that's not a good omen, I don't know what is. As now Colin Runge will jump into the box. Shutting down this Great Falls offense has been no easy task either, as they have averaged over 10 runs per game in their last 3 victories. First pitch to Runge, swing and a miss. Pitch on the outer half makes the count 0-1. One thing looking at the numbers in college for Mark Timmons, had a pretty solid season this past spring at Omaha, Nebraska in 15 starts. And that's one advantage he has, is that he's already been throwing in competitive action for quite some time, going back to the collegiate season. So pretty fresh. The 0-2 pitch is a line drive, base hit up the middle for Runge. Ball that kind of hung up there at the belt on the inner half. Not the pitch he wanted to make there, an 0-2 count. But the Voyagers with now a 1-out base runner here in the top of the first inning. That will send Michael Deeb into the box. Last night for Great Falls, 13 runs on 16 hits. And collecting 4 of them was the man jumping into the box now, Deeb. Was 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Runge also continues to swing it well. Runge was 3 for 5 himself last night. Gets going right away once again with a base hit up the middle. 1 out, just getting going. Bit of a delay here in the top of the first, or should say before the top of the first. First pitch, fastball, strike. On the outer half to Michael Deeb, left-handed batter. Turning player for these Voyagers, and we touched on with Deeb, was struggling swinging the bat going into last night's game. So the performance kind of came out of nowhere, so to speak. Overall now average, now back over 300 thanks to that 4-hit night for Deeb. 11 for 36 at the plate. This is 10th game as the 0-1 misses down below the knees, evens up the count. So Deeb has been out there at every game that the Voyagers have played this point in the year. This series will conclude tomorrow afternoon between these two teams. 2 o'clock is the scheduled first pitch. Throw over to first to check on Runge. We've seen Timmons keep a close eye on Runge, and stolen bags has been a pretty good weapon for this Voyager club to this point. 1-1 pitch on the way is just outside for ball 2. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Mark Timmons on the mound, making his professional debut. The one thing that also maybe benefits Timmons on the hill, who is set up for the 2-1 pitch to Michael Deeb. Pitch on the way is right there on the outside corner for strike 2. The Voyagers never seen this guy before, so they will be kind of learning on the fly against this pitcher Timmons. Mentioned 15 starts at Omaha, Nebraska. Nebraska-Omaha got that flip-flop. 3.31 ERA in 15 starts. Runner going, swing and a miss. Throw down to second base is not in time. Pretty close play at second. Almost had to strike him out, throw him out to end the inning. But that is the second K as Michael Deeb heads back into the dugout, having struck out on that 2-2 pitch. So 2 Ks in this half inning for Timmons on the hill. Wouldn't that be interesting if the Rook goes out there in the first and strikes out the side? Gonna have to go through Riley Jepson, though, who is I guess to stick with the idea of a Voyager, first pitch to Jepson, swung on, fouled back. Jepson at the plate has been otherworldly this season. Voyager. Okay, now you're following me. As Jepson, 538 average in his last 4 games, a 500 average overall. He went 3 for 5 last night, has had multi-hit games in each of his last 3. 0-1 pitch on the way to Jepson as a ground ball to Boning, a couple hops. Recorrals after he knocked it down, throws to first. That's not going to hurt. Jepson sent back to the dugout, and the rookie Timmons has got himself a scoreless top half of the first inning. How about that? 2 Ks and a 0. Good way to start a professional career. We're headed to the bottom of the first in a scoreless game on 102.9 ESPN Radio and GoPaddleheads.com.
Dr. Hardy from Northwest Plastic Surgery Associates discusses his practice.
The most important things to know about your plastic surgeon are if they're certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery and if they're a member of the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. I take great pride in being a board-certified plastic surgeon for 25 years and having been able to provide this care to the community for the past 20 years. Well, we're all different. In a consultation, we thoroughly review the medical history and those goals and expectations, and at that point set up a personalized plan of care. In our practice, we let science and safety speak, so we educate ourselves on every new technology and procedure and only bring in what we feel can give safe and effective results to our patients. Each patient will have an extensive consultation where we discuss their short and long-term goals. Patients can feel secure in knowing that we have the experience to guide them to the treatments that will be the most effective in helping them reach these goals in a safe and confidential environment.
Visit Northwest Plastic Surgery Associates, now open in Polson.
NWPSA.com.
Soccer, the beautiful game, the most popular sport in the world. Whatever you call it, we're talking about it on Soccer and Snow and Smoke, the new podcast from ESPN Missoula. Join me, Andrew Houghton, as I examine football at all levels, from the burgeoning club and high school scene in Missoula to the defending Big Sky Conference champion Montana Grizzlies to the great leagues of Europe. Find Soccer and Snow and Smoke wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the Footy 15 segment twice a month on Nuanez Now.
Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029 ESPN.com. Now back to the ballpark.
Bottom half of the first inning here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. For about a 45-minute delay, we're rolling. And I even see a few little patches of blue up there looking to the north towards the Hellgate Canyon. So a little bit of sun poking out. The rain's kind of subsided. Hopefully we'll be rolling along here the rest of the way. But top of the first, Mark Timmons go out there, throw a scoreless inning, 2 strikeouts and a ground ball. Gave up 1 hit in that first inning, but whenever you're putting up a 0 against this Great Falls attack, you've done a good job. Leading things off for Missoula will be Kevin Watley. Watley, Cam Thompson, and Lamar Sparks coming up 1, 2, 3. Opposite, C.J. DeBose. First pitch from the righty is a called strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. DeBose appeared earlier in this series as a reliever through a couple innings of relief. The 0-1 pitch is a line drive, base hit down the right field line. Watley is going to stop at first, as Atwood was able to get to it before, or excuse me, not Atwood in right field tonight. That is Tavis Brunson in right field tonight. But Kevin Watley, a leadoff base runner for the Paddleheads here in the bottom half of the first inning. Talked about Brunson in right. Let's get you the rest of the defense as Cam Thompson approaches the plate. Michael Deeb in left field with Jake Malik in center. That's the outfield with Brunson in right. Runge at third base. Oviedo at short with McCabe at second base. Jepson at first. Nick Emanuel behind the plate doing the catching. First pitch to Cam Thompson misses outside for ball 1. C.J. DeBose has already seen a good amount of the Paddleheads in the early going here. Mentioned the relief appearance. Also had a start against Missoula last weekend at Centene Stadium. 1-0 pitch to Cam Thompson is outside Overall for DuBose, 0-1 record with a 7 even ERA. Returner from last year, and it's kind of interesting. They're using Quincy Jones and C.J. DuBose so far this season in kind of a similar role. The 2-0 pitch is skied into left field. Pretty good carry on it. Michael Deeb going back towards the warning track, and it's going to be dropped out in the outfield. Dropped in the outfield by, I believe, that was actually Malik that tried to cut off Deeb at the last second. The two players collided, and the ball ends up dropping in left center field. So a defensive blunder right out of the chute, and that's a big play there. Instead of having one out and one runner on, now you got two on and nobody out, and that's how you fuel the flames of a rally. And for a club that hasn't seen a lot of things go their way the last couple of nights, maybe that will set something up here. Here's Lamar Sparks. DuBose will now have to deal with the three-man in the order. Sparks swings at the first pitch, skies one, shallow right field. Coming in is Tavis Brunson. He is able to make the play. Tagging and headed for third is Watley. The throw is there, and he gets gunned down. Tavis Brunson, a throw right on the money to the third base bag, guns down Watley, and there is a double play. If you're scoring at home, that's an F9, and then a 9-5 put out at third. But that is not what the Paddleheads were looking for there. Got set up thanks to the error with two men on and nobody out. Double play occurs. Now they're two away with one man on at second. Here's Nick Gatewood, who takes low and inside from DuBose. 1-0 the count. I was surprised to see Watley test it. That was not a deep fly ball at all into right field. If it was a little deeper, yeah. But 1-0 pitch on the way is swung on and missed by Gatewood to even up the count at a ball and a strike. But with that being in such shallow parts of the outfield, was a risk to send him, and it proved to not pay off. Solid night for Gatewood last night swinging it. He was 3 for 5. He fouls off the 1-1 pitch off the end of the bat. Gatewood thus far, 8 RBIs, 14 for 42 swinging the bat, good for a .333 average. First 10 games of the year for Michael Schlack and the Paddleheads. The 1-2 pitch is bounced foul, straight back once again. But a bit short-handed, as I mentioned a few times, with 4 players from last season's club all on the inactive list. Brandon Riley, Domingo Pena, McLean O'Connor, and Jason Newman, as Gatewood fouls one off to the right. With Brandon Riley and Newman, the two new names that were added today to that list. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Bottom 1, no score. Man on at second base. DuBose trying to put up a 0 as the Paddleheads did in the top half of this inning as the 1-2 is low, gloved by Emmanuel. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's one thing, the conditions, not a breath of wind in the ballpark tonight. Flags out in center field hanging straight down. 2-2 pitch from DuBose, swing and a miss. At a changeup off the plate away, down goes Gatewood, and the Paddleheads have a scoreless frame. Looks like a golden opportunity for some runs with the error taking place, but a double play kind of takes the wind out of the sails, and we've got a scoreless game headed to the top of the second inning.
At Western Cider, it's all about great cider, good times, and community. As the official cider of the Paddleheads, Western Cider has a game day deal that can't be beat. Stop by the tasting room on any home game day. Show your game ticket, buy 1 cider and get 1 free. Kick back and enjoy a cheese or charcuterie plate with your cider. Then take a quick walk over the California Street Bridge to cheer on the Paddleheads. Western Cider, 501 North California Street, open 4 to 8 Monday through Thursday, and noon to 8 Friday through Sunday.
With so much beauty in the world, eye health is key to a happy and productive life. I'm Dr. Ty Felton at Felton Eye Care. Our experienced team of professionals use advanced diagnostic technology to figure out your issues and get you seeing clearly again. Our cutting-edge liquid lens phoropter is the newest technology on the market. Unique to Missoula, it allows us to get a more accurate prescription and is much less frustrating to you than the older technology. Felton Eye Care, conveniently located in the Northgate Shopping Center on North Reserve, next to Albertsons.
To your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide to this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is live play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula, your home of the Missoula PaddleHeads.
PaddleHeads baseball rolls on a Saturday. We enter the second inning in a scoreless game. Voyagers coming to the plate for this half inning. They will send the 5, 6, 7 hitters to the dish. Derek Colbush, rookie on rookie. This matchup. First pitch on the way is a swing and a ball hit left side, past a dive of Watley and into left field. Base hit for Colbush. So Colbush reaches, getting on base. First pitch he sees. Ground balls, finds a hole, past a dive of Kevin Watley at shortstop. That will bring Eddie McCabe into the box. Eddie McCabe, one of 5 batters last night for Great Falls with multi-hit games. McCabe went 2 for 3. He was a big part of that 6-run rally last night in the top of the 8th inning. Open stance from the right side. He takes low and outside for ball 1. McCabe, a pretty good start to his professional career as well. First season out of Georgetown. McCabe, 11 for 32, swinging at the plate, a .334 average, 6 RBIs, a double as well. Picked up 2 RBIs as part of that 6-run barrage last night. Riley Jepson also a 2-run hit in the inning. 1-0 pitch, runner takes off, swing and a miss, strike, throw down to second base, is in time, and they got him. Brenton Davis guns down a man at second base, and that leadoff single is wiped off the board. As I mentioned, McCabe swung and missed at the pitch on the outer half, so the count is now even. Him chasing a pitch off the plate. My assumption was that Tommy Thompson had a hit and run on and got unlucky when McCabe couldn't make contact. 1-1 pitch on the way is a soft liner in into right center field over the top of the second baseman Brandon Boning's head. So McCabe, a little flip job into right field, just a little bloop off the end of the bat. But that's back-to-back hits now for the Voyagers. So that will send Nick Emanuel into the box, left-handed batting catcher. Emanuel, this is 5th game overall. Second start in this series. 3 for 15 at the plate, but he's made those hits count. He's had 2 hits in this series with a lot of weight to them as Emanuel swings and misses at the first pitch. Off speed, off the plate away, makes the count 0-1. Emanuel has had 2 hits in late game scenarios that have either tied or given his team the lead. So 3 for 15 isn't exactly something you're proud of, but he's had some big moments at the plate. Also has been fantastic defensively. The 0-1 pitch is down low, evens up the count at a ball and a strike. And you'll see that with catchers a lot of times where team will give up a little bit of offensive production if they are that rock, that just stable force behind the plate defensively, because the catcher just is so much for a baseball team. Working with the pitchers, the defense behind him. 1-1 pitch is down low. Scouting the hitters that his team's going to be facing. Catcher wears a lot of hats. And a lot of times is the heart and soul of a team. Paddleheads were very lucky to have that last year with Dean Navarez. He was rock solid all season when he was in Missoula. 2-1 the count with one out. Runner at first. The pitch on the way, taken just low for ball 3. Didn't miss by much. So Emmanuel trying to work his way into a good spot. Has worked into a good count, 3-1. What's interesting was talking with the umpire after that pitch was thrown. I think he was asking him where that pitch missed so he knew for when it was his guy out on the mound. 3-1 on the way from Timmons. That one finds the zone. At the knees on the outer half. Good spot to fill up the count with one out. No score, top 2. One out in the inning. Voyagers have collected hits in each of the first 2, but no runs to this point. Big pitch here. Could see the runner on the move with one out. Runner does take off. This one a swing and a slow roller right side. Boning looks to second, has no play, throws on to first to easily get Nick Emmanuel for the second out. But with it going into a 3-2 count, would have most likely seen a double play ball if it wasn't a 3-2 pitch, or a chance at a double play, should say. But the runner taking off on a 3-2 was able to stay out of a double play. So McCabe moves up to second base. So the Voyagers will have a man in scoring position with 2 outs now for Tavis Brunson. Guy with a ton of speed in the box. Made a big play defensively in the bottom half of the last inning, throwing out Nick Watley at third, who was trying to tag up. First pitch is a swing and a ball fouled off at home plate. Brunson came in to shallow right, and he threw a rocket to third base. Is a very good defensive player, is Brunson. This is 4th game overall. Just 1 hit and 7 at-bats. But good out in the outfield, and if he gets on base, look out. He is really fast. Probably one of the quickest guys in the entire Pioneer League. I mean, he has wheels. 0-1. Saw him as a pinch runner in last night's game as well. The 0-1 pitch on the way is bounced foul. And with that designated pinch runner rule in the Pioneer League, where you can put a player in as a pinch runner and have a player that was pinch ran for go right back out into the field for the next half inning, what a utility weapon for manager Tommy Thompson. Can go late in games. You can call any scenario. If you haven't used that pinch runner, you can call Brunson out there, and that's a weapon in itself. 0-2 with 2 outs. Top 2. Timmons looking for another scoreless frame. This one a slow roller over the top of the mound. Gloved by Boning. Throws across up the line. That's going to allow McCabe to come in to score. And the Voyagers have the lead. And that was a mistake from Brandon Boning. Obviously throwing wide of the bag, but really should not have thrown that ball in the first place. Touched on the speed of the runner Brunson. He had no chance to get Brunson on that play. Best thing he could have done there was just ate that ball, because McCabe was not going to try to come in to score on that play otherwise without the wide throw. But the mistake in this inning leads to a run. And now the Voyagers have a chance to add on with 2 outs with Oviedo coming into the box. First pitch to him, hits him. Breaking ball gets away, and that will put runners on at first and second. Now, wherever this inning goes from here, now the top of the order coming up for Great Falls. Just think about that play at second base. That was a big mistake in this half inning, as Jake Malik will get his second shot at it. Malik struck out to lead off the game, one of 2 Ks for the rookie Timmons in his first inning of work. But Great Falls breaks through here in the second. Score 1-0. The run is unearned due to the error. First pitch is a called strike on the inside. 0-1 the count. And if more offense were to take place here, we'd also see those runs charged as unearned as well. Sometimes that's what you got to do as a starting pitcher, though. Shake mistakes like that off, not let it affect you. The 0-1 pitch is knee-high or just a bit below the knees. Taken for ball one. Not a bad spot that time, just didn't get the call. But the Voyagers out on top. 1-0 the score. Timmons looking to make sure that it doesn't get to be any larger than that. 1-1 with 2 away. Target away, here it comes. This one, a high hopper towards short, gets a tough hop and gets by Watley into center field. That's going to allow Brunson to come in to score. Now they're also going to have another run come in right behind. Paddleheads caught napping in that instance, and another run comes in as it's now 3-0. So this inning turning into disaster now, as I'll probably see a second error charged in this inning to Watley. Oh, brother, it's now 3-0. As Runji will now come into the box. To Watley's credit, did look like we saw a funky hop at short. Kind of was waiting for a high hop, and it went right under his glove. But you just have to make that play. Cannot allow an inning like this to continue. Pitch to Runji, 1-1, is down low. Makes the count 2 balls and a strike. But the Voyagers, 3 runs now in this inning with 2 errors. Taking a big part of it as Runji hits one pretty well. Right field, this one is going to drop in front of Greenwald. Runner is going to stop at third. Runji stops at first. That puts runners on at the corners with 2 outs. So now Michael Deeb is going to have a chance. Michael Schlack is now going to go out to the mound to have a word with Timmons. I'm sure a big part of this conversation will be about just to try to calm the young right-hander down. As I mentioned, he should be out of this inning. He's made the pitches to get some weak contact, some ground balls. Just hasn't had the help he's needed behind him. That's led to the Voyagers scoring 3 runs, and now a couple hitters after the mistakes made have gotten on base as well, trying to flame the fires for this half inning. 2-out success has been such a big part of things going well for Great Falls in this series. They'll look for even more damage. Already 3 runs on the board here in the top of the second, 3-0 the score. Now a chance for Michael Deeb with a pair of ducks on the pond at first and third. Timmons throws. First pitch called strike on the outside. Makes the count 0-1. That's one thing. Timmons has done a pretty good job of keeping the ball down for the most part. And on the corners, that was something he did pretty well at his college days as well at Nebraska Omaha. 0-1 pitch is slowly tapped foul, first base side. An 81 2/3 innings pitched this year. Had only 15 walks in those 81 innings. That's a number, though. Raise some eyebrows. Very good control. 0-2 the count. Picked up 2 Ks in the first inning. Trying to get another here to stop the bleeding in this top half of the second. All 3 runs that have scored will be unearned. Missoula has committed 3 errors already in the first 2 innings of this one. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Boning has it cleanly. Throws on to first, and that'll do it. But not before the Paddleheads see the Voyagers jump out on top thanks to some sloppy defense. Score is 3-0 Great Falls. You are listening and watching Paddleheads Baseball here on ESPN Radio Missoula and GoPaddleheads.com.
Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf has a ton of new hockey gear arriving in July. Fresh releases from Bauer, CCM, Warrior, and more. But if you feel the need to find a deal, stop into Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf today to shop everything still on the shelves from last season in both hockey and lacrosse. And if you're a serious penny pincher, you can start planning for the end-of-season sales event, coinciding with the ice being taken out of Glacier Ice Rink. Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf, still open 7 days a week, serving up the best deals in hockey and lacrosse.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Football and basketball season might be over, but we here at ESPN Missoula know that the gridiron and the hardwood are rarely far from Montanans' minds. That's why we're keeping the Montana Football and Basketball Hour going throughout the summer. Tune in to Nuanez now at 4 p.m. every Monday on ESPN 102.9 Missoula for discussion of all the Treasure State's football and basketball teams, with a special focus on the Bobcats and Grizzlies. The Montana Football and Basketball Hour is presented by the Advocates. Whatever your accident or injury, just remember, you deserve an advocate.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Well, the Voyagers take advantage of some suspect defense in the top of the third inning, and they put on 3 runs on the board. 3-0 now the advantage for Great Falls as we return. See if the Paddleheads have an answer offensively. Keaton Greenwald in the box. He swings and skies one. On the infield right side, McCabe will make the catch. Didn't make it out to the outfield grass, kind of striding towards that first base bag, and on one pitch, Greenwald is sent back to the dugout. 5, 6, 7 in the process of coming to the plate as Brenton Davis will now jump into the box. Brenton Davis getting his first professional at-bat here. Just was signed today along with Mark Timmons. These two guys know each other pretty well. Davis, also a Nebraska native from Raymond, Nebraska. Briefly appeared at the University of Maryland in 2020 before ending up at Bellevue the last 2 years. First pitch to Davis is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. No ball, 1 strike count. Davis, very solid numbers. This past spring, at NAIA level, Bellevue, on 1 pitch, is down low, evens up the count. Played in 57 games this spring, so just wrapped up his season with the Bruins. 383 average in 57 games. 51 RBIs, 17 home runs, 9 doubles. Swing and a miss at the 1-1 pitch, fastball up above the belt. Count is now a ball and 2 strikes to Brenton Davis. DH Jared Akins waits next. 1-2 the count with 1 out to Brenton Davis. DeBose rocks from the first base side. This one popped up left side. Going out to shallow left field is Oviedo. He's got a beat on it and puts it away. So 2 batters, 2 pop-ups, 1 to each side. Both middle infielders getting some action with McCabe at second and Oviedo at short. That's the second out of the inning. DeBose has been pretty much in control. He allowed the leadoff single to Watley in the first inning, but otherwise has been carving up these hitters. Jared Akins will now be the hitter. Left-handed batter, a DH. We've seen him get some more at-bats in this series. Got 2 starts in left field. First couple of games of this slate. First pitch to Akins on the way is upstairs for ball 1. And tonight in there is the DH. It caught me mistakenly saying Nick Akins at first. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That's because done it once before. It's been a while. But that's because Nick Akins, Jared Akins' cousin, is also a professional ball player. I've covered him many times. Pitch on the way is low. Even though I watched Jared play all last season, obviously, with the Paddleheads, I probably saw more of Nick Akins. Formerly of the Dodgers system, bounced around to a number of different professional teams. It's kind of cool seeing it run in the family as Akins swings and fouls one off. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Jared and Nick are 2 pretty similar ball players as well. Both outfielders, both hit for power. Both are from Southern California as well. 2-2 pitch on the way to Akins is upstairs for ball 3. Jared Akins can find himself aboard. We would see the inning roll on for Brandon Boning. Maybe we'll get a chance for the blip on the map he had, make up for the blip on the map he had defensively in the last half inning. The payoff pitch is just low for ball 4. DeBose was kind of starting to stride towards the dugout on the first base side, thinking it was going to be strike 3. Not to be, as Akins reaches base with nobody out here in the bottom of the second in a 3-0 ball game. Great Falls out in front. But now Boning will get a shot here with the man on base and 1 out. Boning, this is his 3rd game as a paddlehead, has 1 hit so far. First pitch on the way to him is hit foul off to the right. And obviously, you can't do anything about mistake made defensively in the last half inning. About moving forward and trying to make up for it. That's what Boning has a chance to do here. Akins does have good speed on the bases at first. So a ball towards the gap could get a run home here. 0-1 on the way is on the inside for strike 2. Boning will have to now readjust in this at-bat, way behind 0-2. Touched on a few games already in the books around the Pioneer League. Mustangs and Range Riders are playing in a doubleheader. Game 1 already in the books, going Billings' way, doubling up the Range Riders 16-8. Man, that offense for the Mustangs has just unloaded on Glacier. Last 3. They've been in double digits in 3 straight games. Putting up more runs than the Voyagers have been. That's saying something. The Voyagers have averaged over double digits as well. The 1-2 on the way from DeBose is a ball hit pretty well. Dead center field, drifting a bit to the left is Malik. In front of the warning track, he puts it away for out number 3. So Boning gives it a bit of a ride, but not enough in this half inning. And the Paddleheads are once again turned away. The Voyagers lead by 3, headed to the top of the 3rd inning. 3-0 is your score on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
There is a reason customers go back again and again to DeMorris Buick GMC Mercedes, Missoula's most trusted dealership and proud sponsor of Missoula PaddleHeads baseball. DeMorris high-end service shop is unmatched in diagnostics, diesel maintenance, and repair, serving generations of satisfied customers. DeMorris Buick GMC Mercedes is your area Sprinter van headquarters for the Montana outdoor lifestyle. Check out demorris.com for new and pre-owned inventory or stop by 3115 West Broadway.
5210 Let's Move Missoula is a community initiative striving to help build healthy kids and residents of all ages, no matter where they live, work, play, or learn. 5210 even offers a monthly calendar of no-cost or low-cost family-friendly activities available to everyone across all of our community. To view the 5210 monthly activity calendar, go to 5210letsmovemissoula.org. This message is brought to you by 5210 Let's Move Missoula in partnership with United Way of Missoula County.
Help raise money for the Garden City's high school golf programs and have a blast playing a round of golf at the Missoula Country Club while you contribute to a great cause. On Monday, June 13th, MCC is hosting the annual Skip Kapravica Golf Tournament. For $80 per player and $320 per team, you and your squad will get an 18-hole scramble, lunch, and a chance to win a ton of great prizes. Help raise money for the golf programs at Big Sky, Hellgate, Sentinel, and Loyola by playing in the annual Skip Kapravica Tournament at the Missoula Country Club Monday, June 13th.
Back to live local play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.
Back here on a Saturday night, 3-0 is the score. Great Falls leads this one. Riley Jepson will get this half inning started for the Voyagers. Great Falls getting some help in the second inning with 3 runs, thanks in large part to some errors made in the defensive side for the Paddleheads. First pitch to Jepson down low. Touched on how well he's been swinging it. Jepson bounced out to Boning at second to end the first inning. 1-0 pitch. Line drive right up the middle. Base hit for Jepson. Look out, Mark Timmons. That thing went whizzing by his head, it looked like. And that thing was ripped by Jepson. There's a way to announce yourself to the ball game. Hey, how you doing? My name's Riley Jepson. I'm swinging a smoking hot bat. Here's a line drive at your ear hole. Here's Derek Colbush. So a leadoff man aboard for the Voyagers. That's their 5th hit of the night. Colbush has one of them singled to lead off the 2nd inning. First pitch to Colbush is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike to count. Looking around the scoreboard, touched on the final in game 1 of the doubleheader. Billings getting by Glacier 18-6. Game 2 already in action. They're in the 6th inning of game 2. It's tied up at 5. Glacier trying to get their first win of that series. Another final score, Northern Colorado gets by the Rocky Mountain Vibes, 6-4. The 1-0 pitch, a called strike. Evens up the count at 1. Ogden Raptors been all over the Boise Hawks the last couple of nights, and they are leading once again in the 6th inning. 3-0 advantage over Boise. A ball and a strike to count. Colbush waits. The pitch on the way is down below the knees to make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Grand Junction and Idaho Falls also in play. Chuckers have won 4 games in a row. The Rockies and Chuckers are tied up right now in the 5th inning at 4. So a couple of tight games on a Saturday night around the Pioneer. 2-1 pitch on the way is a ball hit left field. Ray Jones drifting back is going to make the play on the move. Just in front of the warning track for out number 1. Seemed like for a second that Jones was a little timid going back because he wasn't entirely sure where the wall was. But once he realized he had a little bit of real estate behind him with that wall in left field right underneath, interestingly enough, right underneath the ESPN Missoula sign in left field. Once he realized he had some real estate, he quickly moved back to make the plays. Here's Eddie McCabe, strike on the outside. Fastball with some sink. Good pitch, makes it 0-1. 3 runs on 4 hits so far for Great Falls. No runs on a hit for the Paddleheads. Top 3. Throw to first, checking on the runner, Riley Jepson. That's one thing we've seen from Timmons. He's throwing it over there quite a bit. That's a pretty good move for a right-handed pitcher. 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball, strike on the inside part of the plate. Good pitch there. Going inside out on the last 2 pitches, both at the knees in great spots. We've seen that from Timmons at times. Very good pitch placement. Seems to have good control. Deep breath from the right-hander. This one swung on and fouled off to the right. Right over the top of the Voyager dugout and onto the concourse. Now it ends up going in amongst the patrons, kind of bounding down the staircase. That was kind of funny to watch. Because there was like 3 or 4 kids all of a sudden started going after the ball when it started skipping down the stairs. Little guy ended up with it eventually. 0-2 pitch is a ground ball. Boning has it, flips to Watley for 1. On to first, 2, double play. 4-6-3. And that will end the top of the 3rd inning. So 1 hit from Jepson to get things started, but that's it for the Voyagers. 3-0 the score, headed to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Missoula's offense will look to get things rolling after this.
The great outdoors is meant to be explored. Road tripping to the mountains, finding the perfect trail, enjoying that breeze with the windows down. Summer equals truck season. Make sure you're able to find your next lifted adventure with the rig from Northwest Motorsport. With a huge selection of over 1,400 vehicles to choose from, your next adventure is waiting right around the corner at nwmsrocks.com. That's Northwest Motorsport. Trucks, and more trucks.
Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf has a ton of new hockey gear arriving in July. Fresh releases from Bauer, CCM, Warrior, and more. But if you feel the need to find a deal, stop into Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf today to shop everything still on the shelves from last season in both hockey and lacrosse. And if you're a serious penny pincher, you can start planning for the end-of-season sales event, coinciding with the ice being taken out of Glacier Ice Rink. Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf, still open 7 days a week, serving up the best deals in hockey and lacrosse.
Coulter's got beef.
You can ask me any and everything about what we talk about on the show. Don't ask me about these recruits. Here's the answer to your question. Which recruits are the ones that are the best? Which recruits are the ones that are going to make it for both the Cats and the Grizz in the signing class? Here's your answer. The ones that stick it out. If you stick it out in Bobby Houck or Brett Deegan's programs and you navigate it and you make it to the end, there's a chance you're going to be pretty good. And if you don't, there's not. That's it.
Nuanez Now, every weekday at 4 p.m. on ESPN Radio Missoula.
Now back to Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula.
Well, touched on earlier in the broadcast, tonight was slated to be Star Wars night here at the ballpark, but due to all the uncertainty with the weather going around, front office decided to postpone it. So if you want to catch Star Wars night, be sure to come out to the yard on Saturday, June 25th. And if you happen to have a ticket to tonight's game, have no fear. Even though Star Wars night was put on hold for now, you will receive free admittance into the ballpark on the 25th with any proof of a ticket from tonight's game. So you will still have an opportunity to enjoy all the festivities of Star Wars night. There's also some fun happening at the ballpark next week. The Paddleheads at home for a 3-game series against Billings. Ray Jones into the box. He swings and fouls one off to the left. Get this inning started. Jones then the top of the order. 9-1-2 for Missoula here in the bottom half of the third inning with the Great Falls Voyagers leading it 3-0. So we'll touch on a few of the fun things happening at the ballpark. Kind of tease it. A brew fest next Friday night. A 1 pitch is off the plate away, evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And I'll tell you right now, if I wasn't sitting here in the booth for a brew fest at a ball game, I'd be lining up for that. Oh yeah, 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, right side. Jepson backhands it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for out number 1. So Ray Jones still looking for his first hit in a Paddlehead uniform. Took an 0 for 4 last night, now 0 for 1 here. Grounding out to first. Did hit one right in the screws to deep right center in the game last night, but was tracked down by the right fielder at the time, Jake Malik. Tavis Brunson out there now for Great Falls. That will send Kevin Watley into the box. Watley singled, the lone hit in the game so far for Missoula back in the first inning. And he takes way up high for ball 1 from DeBose. Fastball up and in, almost got Watley. It was a line drive down the right field line. But then Watley made a bit of a blunder on the bases. Second base, he tried to tag up to third. The 1-0 pitch on the way is popped up. Left side looks to be a play for Runge to the right of the third base bag, and he's got it for the second out. 2 away. So now Watley 1 for 2. There was a ball popped up in the shallow parts of the outfield with Watley at second base with nobody out. Tried to tag to head to third, but the ball hit so shallow in right field. It was a relatively easy throw for Brunson, the right fielder. Gunned down Watley on the play, and that killed the rally in the first inning. Base is empty, 2 outs. Bottom 3, here's Cam Thompson. He takes a strike, off-speed pitch. And after that spot in the first inning, when Missoula had 2 runners on and nobody out, C.J. DeBose has been firmly in control. Missoula has only seen 1 base runner on since. The 0-1 on the way is down. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. An error, 2 errors made in the second inning. Saw the Voyagers score 3. Score still stands there here in the third inning as Thompson, a big swing at a fastball on the inside, makes the count a ball and 2 strikes. Series finale between these two tomorrow afternoon. Did not have a day game in this ballpark all last season. See how it goes tomorrow as the pitch misses low and away. Thompson now in a great spot in this at-bat. Count is 2-2. Thought it was 3-1, but umpire corrected me. Classic watching the scoreboard. Can't always read what it tells you. Can't just always go Ron Burgundy on it. 2-2 with 2 outs. DeBose throws. This one in tight for ball 3. Now a 3-ball count. 3-2 the count. Lamar Sparks would get a chance to swing it in this inning if Thompson finds a way to reach base here in the third. Try to get some 2-out thunder going. Get the offense in gear. Trailing by 3. DeBose ready. Coming to the plate. This one not close. Fastball. Bit of an overthrow from DeBose. High and outside. That is ball 4. And Thompson works the walk to keep this inning alive. That will allow Lamar Sparks to jump into the box. Sparks had an impressive swing of the bat last night. Opposite field, 2-run shot to right. First of the year. First pitch on the way to Sparks is a mile-high pop-up into shallow center field. Coming in is Malik, drifting a bit to the right. He's got it. In shallow center, that's it, that's all for the third inning. Top of the fourth coming up. Great Falls leads by 3, score 3-0. We roll on right after this.
I am Jeff Laporte, an orthopedic surgeon and the medical director of the Missoula Bone and Joint Surgery Center. I'm here to welcome you to our new state-of-the-art facility in Missoula, Montana. Since we opened, the feedback from our patients has been very positive. Our goal was to build a facility that helps us provide the best surgical services by increasing access to patient care and also providing high-quality orthopedic surgical services. In addition to the usual outpatient procedures we have done for years, we can also offer joint replacement surgery and spine surgery with the option of an overnight stay. Research shows that patients' outcomes are better if they return home soon after surgery. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons, anesthesiologists, and support personnel are committed to providing the highest quality of care at our new state-of-the-art facility at Missoula Bone and Joint Surgery Center.
Missoula Bone and Joint. Quality care from people who care.
To this point, the 3 runs, not his fault in the second inning. 1-0 pitch, fastball, gets the count, gets the call on the outside, makes the count a ball and 1 strike. And I mentioned it in the last inning. He's got good control of his stuff. We saw the walks be an issue last night in the late innings for Missoula. Saw 5 walks and a hit batsman in the last 2 innings. 1-1 pitch is low. Make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So sometimes, just got to make it simple. If you're having struggles on the mound, try to throw strikes. And that's what Timmons has been able to do. 2-1 pitch to Emmanuel is taken for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Fastball right there. Evens up the count at 2. Emmanuel, Brunson, and Oviedo. 7, 8, 9 in the order. 2 Ks for Timmons, looking for another here in the top of the 4th. 2-2 count to Emmanuel. Emmanuel bounced into a fielder's choice his first time. The 2-2 pitch is on the way. This one swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. That is out number 1. Third strikeout. So a good way for Timmons to start this half inning off, picking up the strikeout, keeping that leadoff man off the bases. As Tavis Brunson will now be the batter. Left-handed bat. First pitch on the way to Brunson is a big swing and a miss. A changeup from Timmons has Brunson completely fooled. We've seen Timmons throw a number of different pitches early in the count as well, as the 0-1 is poured in for strike 2 with a heater. Timmons has got it rolling. He's got real good feel for his stuff right now. 0-2. Brunson waits. Target inside from Davis. Pitch on the way is a hopper. Right side going to be tough for Gatewood. Waits for a hop. Flips to Timmons, and safe at first is Brunson. Touched on the wheels for Brunson. He's able to leg it out for an infield hit. With that ball hit so slowly on the first base side, I thought it would be trouble off the bat, and indeed it was. Now Timmons will have to deal with the speed of Brunson, who's on base for the second time. Brunson, though now 1 for 2, it was Brunson in the box was a play that was when Boning threw the ball past Gatewood up the first base line back in the 2-run second inning. Adam Oviedo now into the box with 1 man gone. Timmons throws the first pitch, and it hits him on the inside part of the plate. Second time Oviedo has been hit by a pitch. Kind of interesting. We touched on Timmons' control. We kind of had 2 pitches that were kind of seemingly out of nowhere for 2 hit batters. Has not walked anybody. But now the Voyagers have 2 men on and 1 out. And here comes the top of the order once again. As Jake Malik will now get a chance to swing it here in the top of the 4th. Jake Malik hitless so far. He's 0 for 2. Struck out in the first inning. Timmons looking for a ground ball. The first pitch on the way is grounded but foul, first base side. Attacking that outside part of the plate. We've touched on how Timmons has done a good job keeping the ball down. Right type of stuff to induce a ground ball. Love to see one of those here. Send the Voyagers packing for the second inning in a row. 0-1 with 1 out. 3-0 game. Voyagers lead it. Brunson at second. The 0-1 pitch is a slow roller first base side. Gatewood will wait for a good hop. Flip to first. And safe at first is Malik. Almost like same play with Brunson in the box. Just a slow roller on the first base side that sees the runner reach. Unbelievable. When things are going your way, they're going your way. As Colin Runge will now step in. I mean, both of those were just little dribblers off the end of the bat. Normal instance, when such weak contact is made, leads to an out. But balls just happen to go to the right spot in both instances. As Colin Runge will now jump in with the bases loaded and 1 out. This is a big spot with the Voyagers already leading by 3. As Timmons throws, this one knee high, but just missed the outside. Ball 1. Close pitch there. Just didn't get the call. Colin Runge, 2 for 2, has seen Timmons well in his first 2 at-bats. Another multi-hit game for him as well. The 1-0 pitch is a line drive, base hit into right center field. This is going to score a pair most likely, as the throw coming in will be cut off by Watley And that does indeed bring in a pair. Voyagers add on to the lead. It's now 5-0. As Runji just keeps on swinging it well. Second consecutive 3-hit game for him now. Starts this one off 3 for 3. And Great Falls just keeps on rolling offensively. Now a 5-run advantage as Michael Deeb will now jump in. Seven, 8 hits now for Great Falls. So those little dribblers making it hurt in this inning. First pitch to Michael Deeb is a called strike. It was so interesting how it was the same play, seemingly, the two separate hitters in the same inning. So these little dribblers on the first base side that just got to Gatewood, the defender, so slowly that he didn't have a chance to go to the bag to get an out. 0-1 pitch to Deeb is down below the knees. Deeb has been quiet so far, 0 for 2. One of 3 strikeout victims for Timmons as well so far. Now this is a big spot for him. He has to try to hold the line, keep the Paddleheads out of a big inning. That's been such a big bugaboo the last 3 games. The 1-1 pitch is down low to make it 2-1. Touched on it a few times, but Great Falls, last 3 games, have won all 3 of them against the Paddleheads, and they've had rallies of 5 or more in all 3. 2-1, top 4, pitch on the way is down to Michael Deeb to make the count 3-1. In the driver's seat now with runners on at the corners. Jake Malik is on at third with Runji on at first. 2 runs already in this inning to extend Great Falls' advantage to 5. 3 balls and a strike the count to Michael Deeb. Target in from Brandon Davis. Pitch on the way. Gets the call on the outer half to fill up the count. And we'll most likely see Runji take off now on this 3-2 pitch to try to stay out of the double play. If Tommy Thompson stays true to what he did in a situation like this a couple of innings ago. We'll watch Runji at first. 3-2 from Timmons on its way. Runner doesn't go as Deeb fouls it off. Advancing, second is Runji. He'll have to go back. Or no, Michael Deeb actually did not make contact. Thought that was a foul off by Deeb at the plate. Popped out of the glove of Davis. But no, that was a straight swing through and miss by Michael Deeb. So that's the second out. Runji does take second base, but the Paddleheads do record the second out. Now runners on at second and third for Riley Jepson. This is a big spot here with 2 outs. First base is open. First pitch on the way from Timmons is a fastball outside. This could be the perfect example of an intentional walk in this spot with Riley Jepson swinging such a good bat. He lined one right back up the middle as well in his last at bat. It was a rocket right over the top of Timmons' head. The 0-1 is a ground ball left side coming in as Watley has it at shortstop, throws to first in time to get the out. But the Voyagers put 2 runs on the board in this frame. The ground attack set it up, a couple of slow rollers put the Voyagers in a good run scoring opportunity, and they extend the advantage. Score is now 5-0 Great Falls as we head to the bottom of the inning.
Satisfaction is guaranteed when you choose Missoula Realty. Locally owned and operated, the team at Missoula Realty has over 100 years of combined experience. As the old saying goes, it takes a village. And in this real estate market, it takes a team. See the difference a team can make. Call Missoula Realty today. Missoula Realty has a solution for every single client, from the experienced investor to the first-time homebuyer. But hey, don't take our word for it. Read unfiltered testimonials and reviews from our past clients online at ratedagent.com. Missoula Realty, 406-549-0094.
Hi, I'm Montana Secretary of State Christy Jacobson. Did you know Montanans have several options when it comes to voter identification? Common examples include a Montana driver's license, a state, military, or tribal ID. We want you to be vote ready. Whether you're registering to vote or voting in person, You can find the complete list of acceptable IDs on our website at sosmt.gov or by contacting your county election office. Thank you for voting, Montana.
When Regime Seabrook joins Colter Nuanez in the studio, you know what you're going to get. A unique perspective, insightful observations, and plenty of laughs to go with it.
Matt Ryan in the last year or two, you know how lasagna noodles look like when they come out of a box? When he's walking back there and Matt Ryan's got that weird elongated giraffe neck, I have a long neck, you know, like Land Before Time style. When he moves around, he looks like a moving lasagna noodle. Oh my God. I'm just saying, man.
Catch Regime Seabrook once a week on Nuanez Now, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 1029 Missoula.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Nick Gatewood will lead off the 5th inning. Paddleheads trying to get something going offensively. Just one hit to this point. First pitch from C.J. DeBose is in there for strike one on the inside. If you thought it sounded like you heard a chorus of singing when we came back, you weren't going crazy. The 0-1 to Gatewood on the way is skied foul to the left. Strike two, 0-2. They're playing, I guess you could call it a game in between innings. The finish the lyric game. They had Let It Go being played. The 0-2 is strike three with a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Down goes Nick Gatewood for out number one. Second strikeout for DeBose, and he's struck out Gatewood both times. As now Keaton Greenwald will step into the box. Keaton Greenwald will now jump in. Greenwald's popped up the first pitch he saw into shallow right field his first time. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Greenwald here is taken fastball, called strike on the outer half. We've seen some solid starting pitching from the Great Falls Voyagers. Aravalo, a great outing last weekend at Centene Stadium. Hunter Dolander, also fabulous in this 6-game slate. 6 1/3 innings. And so far tonight, C.J. DeBose has been very good out on the mound, not letting the Paddleheads really sniff a rally since that first inning. 1-1 pitch from DeBose is high for ball two. 2-ball, 1-strike count. But a lot of those little things, just when you're struggling to find it as a team, sometimes you see a lot of those little things go against you as Greenwald pops it up into shallow right. Brunson loses his footing, is going to come in and have time to make the play, though. You could see Brunson kind of panic for a second when he lost his footing in shallow right, but was able to regather on that lazy fly ball into right field to record out number two. Greenwald's now 0 for 2. As Brenton Davis will now get his second shot at it, swinging the bat for the Missoula Paddleheads. Davis 0 for 1 in the game, his pro debut. First pitch on the way from DeBose is a fastball in for ball one. 5-0 advantage for Great Falls. We're here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Just one hit, as I mentioned, for Missoula came all the way back in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch, knee high, but off the plate. Make the count 2 balls and no strike. Fastball in a pretty good spot from DeBose. Fastball location has been pretty good for the right-hander to this point. 2-0. Pitch is on its way. This one, a soft liner towards the middle and through the middle for Brenton Davis. So there it is, his first professional base hit. That will be a ball that will go to the third base dugout. Brenton Davis has a batting average as a professional. And he continues on this 4th inning for Jared Akins. Maybe a little 2-out thunder is where the offense will get started from. Akins did draw a walk in his first plate appearance. First pitch is a rocket fair down the right field line. Davis on his horse. He's headed for third. Akins is going to stride into second with a double. That was a rocket down the first base line. That ball was smashed by Akins. Paddleheads now have 2 runners on and 2 outs. Man, that thing was clobbered by Jared Akins. Would have liked to see the TrackMan stats on that one. Holy cow. As Brandon Boning will now jump into the box. Has a chance to knock in a couple of runs to get those 2 runs the Paddleheads lost in the top half of this inning right back here, with runners on at second and third. Boning 0 for 1 so far. DeBose fires. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Emmanuel. Keeping that one close, so Davis didn't have an opportunity to try to race home from third. 1-0 the count with 2 outs. In this 5-0 contest, Boning trying to change all that here with 2 away. 1-0. DeBose comes home. This one is up high. Fastball misses outside as well to make the count 2 balls and no strikes. So Boning puts himself in a good spot early on in the count. 2-0. First base is open in this spot if DeBose wants to think about that. 2-0 is a line drive. Fair ball down the left field line. This is going to bring in a pair. Boning is going to hustle into second base, and that's a 2-run double. Score is 5-2. Great Falls still in front, but the Paddleheads are on the board with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And Boning does make amends for the mistake he made defensively a couple of innings ago in the 2nd inning. That's what baseball is about sometimes. You make a mistake, you don't let that affect you. You try to move forward and come up big in a different juncture in the game, and that's exactly what Boning just did. First RBIs for Boning as well in his professional career and season here with the Paddleheads. Now Ray Jones, a chance to make something happen. Still looking for his first hit in Missoula with a man in scoring position. Now would be a good time to get it. First pitch from DeBose is low. 1 ball, no strike count. So Missoula does answer the 2 runs scored by the Voyagers in the top half of this inning, as now the deficit is back to 3. 1-0 the count with Boning at second. Checking the runner is DeBose. The pitch on the way. Fastball gets the call for a strike on the outside corner. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike to Ray Jones. Two away. Watley would be next if Ray Jones can keep this inning alive. Away from second is Boning. Here it comes. This one, a high pop-up. Left side of the infield. Oviedo calling for it to the left of second, and he's got it. Almost directly behind the second base bag, and that'll do it for this half inning. Missoula does chip at the lead in this frame. Lead is back down to 3 for Great Falls. 5-2 is the score as we roll on to the 5th inning here on ESPN Radio Missoula and GoPaddleheads.com. Thanks for listening in. We'll come back with more action from the ballpark right after this.
The Missoula Broadcasting Company is looking for organizations that regularly distribute information about employment opportunities to job applicants or that have job applicants to refer. Our stations include 1029 ESPN Missoula, The Trail 1033, 1045 The U, and 1059 Jack FM. If your organization would like to receive notification of the job openings at our stations, please contact our Human Resource Department at 406-329-1882. The Missoula Broadcasting Company is an equal opportunity employer.
At Western Cider, it's all about great cider, good times, and community. As the official cider of the Paddleheads, Western Cider wants to get you to the game. Stop by Western Cider on a home game day, and you could win a free pair of tickets. Bring your Paddleheads enthusiasm to Western Cider on game day. Order a cider and be the first one to tell the bartender, "Go Paddleheads!" And a pair of tickets to that day's game are all yours. Western Cider, 501 North California Street. Open 4 to 8 Monday through Thursday and noon to 8 Friday through Saturday.
I'm the problem probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Bus driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
What's up? This is Sammy B, the MC for your Missoula Paddleheads. Thanks for listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM.
Back to the action here in the fifth inning with Missoula trailing by 3. Derek Colbush will be the hitter. Start things off. The first pitch is a ground ball right side coming in is Boning. He flips it underhand to Gatewood and makes the play for the outs. Boning flipped it with his glove on the first base side. Nifty play from Brandon Boning to record out number 1. It was a slow roller on the first base side again. And I was thinking, oh no, here we go again. If we saw those instances take place in the top of the fourth that led to those 2 runs for the Voyagers, as McCabe hits one on the ground to the left side, right to Watley, who throws over to first to record out number 2. So 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning for the right-hander Mark Timmons. And quite honestly, for a rook in his first start on a professional mound, didn't get to Missoula, I think, till today. This is a heck of an effort. No question about it. As Eddie McCabe steps into the box, holding his own, attacking these hitters, a very hot lineup he's facing. And we've seen a lot of weak contact, a lot of ground balls, and a pitcher attacking the zone. First pitch to McCabe. In there, strike 1. He's staying away from these hitters for the most part, pitching on the outer half, and it's been at the knees or below. Good way to tame an offense. The 0-1 pitch coming to Nick Emanuel is outside to even up the count at a ball and a strike. That pitch set up by the 0-1 that got the call on the outside. Breaking ball, he was hoping that Emanuel would chase it in that 2-strike count. Pitch count for Timmons on the hill, not too much of a factor either, only at 60 pitches. The 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss at a changeup down below the knees. Emanuel now in a 1-2 count as Timmons looks for a very brisk top half of the fifth inning. To this point has only thrown 5 pitches. 1-2. Timmons does have 4 Ks on the hill, looking for number 5 right here. The righty looking right in at Brenton Davis. The 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2. Went back to the changeup. Was hoping Emanuel would swing over the top of it. Good pitch to throw in a 1-2 count. Had a few to play with. Might as well see if he'll chase something out of the zone. Tavis Brunson would be next if this inning rolls along in a 5-2 game. Great Falls leads it. 2-2 pitch is a ground ball up the middle. Timmons knocked it down, and he will not have a chance to throw to first. He kind of dribbled behind him on the mound. He kept it from going out into the outfield, but wasn't quite able to handle it cleanly. I would imagine that will be an infield hit for Emanuel. If so, he would improve to 1 for 3 on the game. So the Voyagers will not go down quietly into the night here in the fifth inning, as they do see a base runner reach. And I imagine that will be the 9th hit. Yes, it is. 9th hit of the night for Great Falls. That was scored an infield single, as it should have been. Here's Brunson. First pitch gets to the backstop. That allows Emanuel to advance to second. That one squirts away on the right side of the diamond towards the on-deck circle, where Adam Oviedo waits for Great Falls, hoping for an opportunity. So after 2 very quick outs were recorded, all of a sudden, now Great Falls has a man in scoring position at second with 2 outs. For Brunson, the Voyagers look to answer quickly after the Paddleheads got on the board for the first time in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Top 5, 2 away, 1-0 count to Brunson, who is 1 for 2 so far. Had an infield hit his last time. First pitch to Brunson, or the 1-0 to Brunson, misses outside to make it 2-0. It was that second inning a touchdown. Great Falls had 2 hits in that second on slow rollers on the first base side. The Gatewood couldn't come on and get there quick enough to make a play. 2-1 pitch is just outside. Makes it count 3 balls and a strike. That one did not miss by much to Brunson. In danger now of putting runners on at first and second. It's one thing about this situation. It does help that there's 2 outs, but Manuel does not run all that well at second base either. So that is a factor in this situation. If ball were to go out into the outfield. 3-1, good spot. Strike 2, right at the knees. Full count now to Tavis Brunson. Another chance for Timmons to get his team back into the dugout. Trying to get a shutdown inning after he got some run support with 2 outs. Thanks to Brandon Boning. A double down the left field line. The 3-2 pitch cut on and missed. I believe that was strike 3. Apparently, no, it wasn't. As Brunson will continue this at bat, apparently now is a 3-2 count. 2 away. I thought that was the end of the inning, but I guess beg your pardon. Pitch is on its way now, and that one rolled first base side. Gatewood is going to wait for it to kick foul. Brunson was sliding head first at first base as the ball was kicking to the right and foul, so he'll have to go back into the box. What is it about these slow rollers on the first base side of the field? 3-ball, 2-strike count as Brunson will now get back into the box from the left side. 5 runs on 9 hits for Great Falls, 2 runs on 4 hits for Missoula. Timmons trying to get himself back into the dugout without allowing any more damage here. As Brunson now will step out quickly as Timmons was taking a little bit too much time. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Target outside from Brenton Davis. Pitch on the way. Ground ball slowly hit right side. Coming in is Boning. He flips to first. Not in time. Unreal. Brunson reaches again on a slow roller on the first base side of the field. This is unreal. I cannot remember the last time I've seen so many plays similar to that in such a short amount of time. I mean, it seems like every other hitter is hitting the ball slowly on the first base side that's leading to a runner getting on base. It's the second time in this inning. It took a pretty remarkable play from Boning to get 1 out, flipping it with his glove. He tried to do it again with Brunson running. Brunson was able to get on with his speed. Here's Oviedo. First pitch is taken up and in for ball 1. Fastball miss. Ball, no strikes, the count. Yes, if you're Great Falls social media tonight, I guess tonight, hashtag ground attack. 1-0 the count. Throw over to first, checks on Brunson, who dives back in safely. A ball, no strikes the count with 2 outs. Timmons trying, pitch through this little 2-out rally from Great Falls. The runners on at the corners. 1-0 pitch to Oviedo is low and away for ball 2. 2-ball, no strike count. And again, this inning could not have started in a better direction for the right-hander. Timmons, through 2 pitches, got 2 outs. 2-0 the count now to Oviedo. Top of the order would come up next. Pitch to Oviedo. Is the ball hit high in the air, right field. Going back is Greenwald towards the wall. He reaches up, and he can't get it. 1 run is in. Coming right around third is Brunson. He is going to score as well, and that's a 2 RBI double for Adam Oviedo. Lead right back up to 5. Now 7-2. So a 2-out rally bears fruits for the Great Falls Voyagers. Here in this half inning, Oviedo taking advantage of that short porch and right as well. That ball would have been a routine fly ball in most ballparks in the Pioneer League. That short porch and right at 287 saw it go off the wall, and Oviedo picks up a couple RBIs. As Jake Malik will now jump in with more action on the bases at second. Oviedo stands there. First pitch to Malik on the way is low for ball one. Malik 1 hit so far. He's 1 for 3, also has struck out. When you got things rolling, you got things rolling. You look at it from the Voyager point of view, it seems like every break they could potentially get, they are getting. First 5 innings. As Malik takes low. They're finding every hole, every bad bounce, every kick that you could imagine. All lining up in Great Falls' favor. 2-0 the count with 2 outs. Malik waits, here it comes. This one foul, tipped back. 2-1 now the count. There is some action going in the Paddlehead pen now. Looks like Quentin Longry, a left-hander, just got up to start throwing in the pen. Timmons trying to get the final out of this 5th inning. It's had to labor now quite a bit after it looks like he was going to get out of this thing hardly throwing any pitches. Now is in double digit. 2-1 with 2 outs. Score now 7-2 Great Falls. 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed. That one on the outside portion evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm sure Missoula does not want to see the man on deck come up in this inning. Runge, Colin Runge, he has been smoking hot his last 2 games. 6 hits in his last 2. He's 3 for 3 tonight. He was 3 for 5 last night. 2-2 pitch on the way. That one grounded but foul. And off the bat, I thought it was a ground ball on the right side. That's where it looked like it was going before it made contact with Malik. What in the world is going on? 2-2 the count. Timmons looking in at Davis. Trying to get out of this thing with no more damage done. Target is in. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Got a fastball by him. That's out number 3. But a big swing with 2 outs from Adam Oviedo. A double off the right field wall. Extends the lead back up to 5 for the Voyagers. Score is 7-2, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. You are listening and watching Paddleheads Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula and GoPaddleheads.com.
Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer Equipment is a local, family-owned business and proud sponsor of Missoula PaddleHeads Baseball. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer carries a wide variety of truck and trailer accessories, gooseneck and dump equipment. Anytime you want to maximize your flatbed, have hauling needs, require specialized fabrication, or need trailer repair, get the job done right. For professional advice, go to the experts at Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer Equipment, 5680 Expressway in Missoula, or check out their inventory at www.rmtte.com. The pageantry, the tradition, the competition, the communal aspect. It's what we love about sports. But there's also a stark reality. Sports and money go hand in hand. At Nuanez Now, every other Tuesday, we are proud to present a business angle with Justin Engel, a segment about the overlay of business and sports.
I think as far as products ever created, NFL football is perhaps one of the best products ever created. On par with the iPhones and its ability to kind of transcend every other competitor in the category. The scarcity of games, the fact that they own Sundays, and then they own that place on the calendar. It's sacred. It's become the religion of sports fans and the religion of the country in many ways.
Tune in every other Tuesday during the 5 o'clock hour to Nuanez Now to hear Justin Engel, a University of Montana business professor, talk with me, Colter Nuanez, about all of the ins and outs of sports and business. A Business Angle is proudly presented by Blackfoot Communications.
Now back to Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula.
back in here. Bottom 5 here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. The Paddleheads trail this one by 5. Score is 7-2. Voyagers adding on a pair to answer the 2 runs scored by Missoula in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We'll see Watley come into the box to get things started. Having some fun in between innings out on the big board. And yes, we had Star Wars Night pushed back to June 25th, but they're having some fun with the Force Cam still in between innings. Why not throw in a little bit of a Star Wars flair for some of the folks that may have come out for some Star Wars action tonight? And I have to say, there was one pretty funny outfit I saw out there. Somebody, young couple, brought looked to be their young daughter, little baby, to the ballpark. First pitch to Kevin Watley from DeBose is low to make the count 1-0. But the little baby was dressed up as Baby Yoda. It fit pretty well. That was pretty funny. I haven't seen that one. 1-0 pitch. Watley bluffs a bunt, takes a pitch inside. 2-0 now the count. Watley has been on base once. He's 1 for 2. Hit a pop-up on the first base side his last time in the box. Thompson to follow, then Sparks, as the 2-0 is not even close. Fastball way up high. And DeBose is a bit all over the place in this half inning. Pitch count at 55 for DeBose after 4 innings. 3-0 on the way, not even close again. Fastball way up high, and Watley will take the 4-pitch walk. That will send Cam Thompson into the box. Paddleheads still have Quentin Longry throwing in the bullpen down the left field line. So, probably safe to assume it will be Longry entering the fray for the 6th inning, and the night will conclude for Timmons. Despite the 7 runs on the board, I said it multiple times. First pitch on the way is a ground ball to McCabe at second, flips to Oviedo at second base. Throw on to first, not in time to get Thompson. But still 1 out. The lead runner, Watley, is sent back to the dugout. That a 4-6 fielder's choice to record out number 1 in the inning. Thompson is now 0 for 2 in the game. But on base at first with 1 out in front of Lamar Sparks. Sparks hit a towering high fly ball into center field his first time. First pitch is another high fly ball into shallow right field this time. Brunson lost it. It's going over his head into right field. Thompson is going to head for third, and there are 2 runners on with 1 out. Unbelievable. That was a high fly ball that didn't make it out to the warning track in right field. But Brunson lost it in the lights, and it went sailing over his head. Definitely a play he should have made for the 2nd out of the inning. But the Paddleheads catch a huge break here in the bottom of the 5th. Now they've got 2 runners on and only 1 man out for Nick Gatewood. Chance for Missoula to once again have an answer. Kind of a topsy-turvy last couple of innings on both sides. Infield comes in a bit at third. First pitch from DeBose poured in at the knees for strike 1. Runge is playing a bit in at third base. Looks to be just about parallel to the bag, playing off the line at third. Jepson playing a bit back at first, almost right on the line. 0-1 delivery is a called strike on the outside. Gatewood didn't like it. He thought it was off the plate away. The pitch got the call, and now Gatewood's in an 0-2 count. 7-2 score with 2 runners on at second and third here, bottom 5. Pitch to Gatewood on the way. Fastball. Close, but missed. Off the plate away. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Nick Gatewood. Runner at second is Sparks with Thompson at third. As play pauses for a second, probably because there was a helicopter going over towards Providence Health, as there's a ball hit foul on the left side. Gatewood reached the bat out there. That pitch on the outer half, probably feeling like he had to cover that pitch because pitch in a similar spot was called a strike in this at-bat. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Looks like Emmanuel's coming in this time. Pitch on the way as a ball lifted to right field. Brunson going back. This ball is headed off the top of the wall. This is going to bring in 2. Gatewood's going to hustle into second. He's got a double. Missoula comes back with 2 runs of their own here in the bottom of the 5th. Back and forth we go with the run production. It's back to a 3-run game again. It's 7-4. RBI double for Nick Gatewood. Touched on Oviedo being fortunate to have that short porch and right, poking that high fly ball into the outfield. Nothing lucky about that swing for Gatewood. That was a rocket down into right center field. As Keaton Greenwald will step in, and here comes manager Tommy Thompson to the mound. There's nothing happening into the bullpen until right now when Thompson started heading to the mound. So no reinforcements coming soon. Believe returner from last year, Anthony Becerra, a right-hander, just started throwing for Great Falls. And yes, that is who it is. It is Becerra. So now runner on at second base, still only 1 out in the frame for Greenwald as the Paddleheads look to really make this a nice inning to further trim into the lead. Greenwald in the box is 0 for 2. First pitch, swing and a miss. Low part of the zone, Greenwald, big swing at that pitch on the inside. Maybe he was thinking about running into one on that one. Gatewood average speed at second. 1 out in the frame. First pitch, or the 0-1, is outside to make the count a ball and 1 strike. Double for Gatewood was his 5th of the season. He's second on the team in that category. Also now double-digit RBIs. Now with 10 on the year, with those 2 tallied in this frame. The 1-1, this one a ground ball, left side, foul ball, called at the last second. Runge threw the ball across anyway, and the Voyagers probably lucky that that was called foul, as it looked like Greenwald would have beat that one out to first base. As it stands, it's a foul ball, and Greenwald will have to go back to first and grab his bat. Davis waits on deck for Missoula. We have seen 2s across the board the last 2 innings. Both teams scoring a pair of runs in both the 4th and 5th innings. We see the score now at 7-4. The ball and 2 strikes to count to Keaton Greenwald. Gatewood away from second, the 1-2 on the way. This one fouled off to the right. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Greenwald. Been kind of a trend in this series. Missoula trying to fight back from deficits opposite these Voyagers. 1-2 on the way. This one a fly ball, dead center field. Malik coming in on it. It's going to make the play. Gatewood trying to tag head for third, and he makes it easily. It's the throw is up the line towards home plate, pulling Runge away from the bag. So Missoula gets, 90 feet closer, trying to add on in this inning. Now it's going to be up to the rookie, Brenton Davis. Davis does have a hit tonight. 1 for 2 so far. He singled back up the middle in his last plate appearance, pick up his first hit as a professional So Becerra throwing in the Great Falls pen. He looks just about ready to go if needed in this half inning. Sure, Tommy Thompson would prefer to go to the bullpen next frame. As Davis gets set to step in with Gatewood at third base and 2 outs. DeBose kicks and fires. The first pitch, this one is low and inside. A ball and no strikes to count to Davis. Final game of the 6-game slate tomorrow afternoon, and 2 days off for Missoula. That'll be nice. 1-0 pitch coming. This one slowly grounded foul. First base side, a ball and 1 strike. And part of the reason why you're seeing Missoula get 2 days is they will have played 12 consecutive days after tomorrow. Been quite topsy-turvy start to the year for Missoula so far. 1-1 pitch is high. Couldn't have started it any better against against Billings. A 3-game sweep, really controlled the Mustangs from start to finish. Then ran into this tough Voyager club. 2-1 on the way. Foul, straight back, a high fastball. And Davis looks a bit ticked off that he missed that one. That was a mistake from DeBose. That was a fastball at the belt, right out over the plate. Two and two. Let's see if Davis can straighten it out this time. With a runner on at third and 2 outs. Akins would be next if this inning rolls on. The 2-2 pitch. Way outside for ball 3. Breaking ball missed badly off the plate away. Count will run full, and if Davis gets aboard in front of Akins, he would go up there representing the tying run. And with Becerra being a left-handed pitcher, the 3-2 is a ground ball right side, backhanded by Jepson, who races towards the bag. Bose there to cover, and that's the end of the inning. So a 3-1 putout ends this half frame, but Missoula does keep themselves in it thanks to a double from Nick Gatewood. 2-run double brings in the third and fourth run of the night for the Paddleheads, who now trail by 3. 7-4 the score as we roll into the 6th inning. You're listening and watching Paddleheads Baseball here on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula and GoPaddleheads.com. We will roll on with more after this.
Missoula Bone and Joints Outpatient Surgery Center on Mullen Road provides excellent surgical care for injuries and conditions of any joint, neck to toe, including total joint surgeries. Our patients say our facility is top-notch, and the attentive and knowledgeable staff facilitates the best surgery experience. With our advanced pain management techniques, most patients go home the same day. However, 6 overnight suites are available if needed. Missoula Bone and Joint. Quality care from people who care.
Calling all motivated leaders in the 406. Make an impact and become a positive role model to Montana youth. Join the team at Montana Youth Challenge Academy. Share in our mission of providing academic, professional, and life coping skills that students need for success. Full or part-time positions available. Enjoy competitive compensation and benefits. The day-to-day asks a lot, but it also has a lot to give. Apply online at statecareers.mt.gov.
Brought to you by Montana Youth Challenge Academy and this station.
Hey, what's up, Montana? Colter Nuanez from Nuanez Now, your favorite daily sports talk show. I know a great many of you listen to the show during the evening drive time between 4 and 6 p.m. right here on 102.9 ESPN Missoula. But sometimes you might not get to listen to the whole thing. Or other times you might not get to listen at all. But that's okay. We got you covered. We podcast each hour of each show. Each and every weekday, you can always find Nuanez Now in its totality on all your favorite podcast hosting platforms. The Nuanez Now podcast is proudly presented by Sportsbet Montana and The Advocates.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. You're listening to Paddlehead Baseball, ESPN Missoula.
To the 6th inning we go here on a Saturday night here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. 3-game homestand awaits the Paddleheads next week after those aforementioned 2 days off on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday through Friday. Catch the Paddleheads at home in action, taking on The Billings Mustangs here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. Wednesday night, Wolf Wednesday, as it is every Wednesday here in the ballpark, thanks to our friends at Shields. Then on Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, $3 domestic draft and $4 craft beers. That one brought to you by Canby Tap House and 104.5 The U. And on Friday, a very fun night. Next Friday night at the ballpark, Baseball Brew Fest taking place during the game. How fun will that be? Going to be over 30 beers to taste around the concourse as Colin Runge steps in, leads off this inning against Quentin Longry, who starts this frame off. So the night over for the right-hander Mark Timmons after 5 full. Runge, 3 hits in his first 3 at-bats. 1-0 delivery, spoiled foul off to the right. So Longry looking for a bounce back after getting knocked around his last time out on the hill against these Voyagers. Ended up giving up 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning in his last appearance out there on the hill. Before that was fantastic in his last 4 outings. 0-2 to Runge is a little bloop into right center that's going to get down in front of Greenwald for a hit. It seems like when you're swinging a hot bat, those are the types of balls that get down. And Runge is 4 for 4. Wow. As Michael Deeb will now step in. That's 7 hits for Runge in his last 2 games. Woof. As Michael Deeb will jump in. Deeb was swinging it well last night. 4 hits tonight. Quiet. 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Longry also attacking a left-handed batter. Lefty-lefty matchup. Longry throws. Slider. Strike 1 at the low part of the zone. But again, next Friday night, that Brew Fest should be a lot of fun. Over 30 beers on tap. They're going to be lined up along the concourse, going around the whole ballpark so you can try out some beer, catch some baseball. Oh, baby, sounds like a good time at the yard. 0-1 pitch, strike at the knees on the outside. And how it works with the Brew Fest is for $15, that'll get you a couple of drink tokens, also get you this cool little paddlehead growler that you can take with you to keep. Of course, you'll be able to then buy more tokens if you want to try more beer. A beer from all across the state will be coming out here. 0-2 pitch, misses outside. Over 30 beers. I believe as it stands right now, we got over 15 breweries as well that will be here at the ballpark next Friday night. So check out the Brew Fest with the Paddleheads next Friday. Get your tickets. Go paddleheads.com. 1-2 with nobody out to Michael Deeb. 7-4 game here in the top of the 6th. Longry throws the 1-2. This one just low. Good spot with that fastball in a 1-2 count. Deeb not fishing for that one. Not much fishing to be done around here either. With the Clark Fork, that thing is roaring right now beyond the left field line. No fishing going on that puppy. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Off the plate away. That's the hat trick for Michael Deeb. Isn't that interesting? Follows up a 4 for 5 with 0 for 4. As Riley Jepson will now jump in with 1 man down. Deeb didn't seem to pick up that breaking ball from Longry very well in that at-bat either. It's another left-handed batter. Riley Jepson will now jump into the box. 1 hit tonight for Jepson, 1 for 3. Still 1 man on. It's Runge. First pitch, belt high, strike on the inner half. 0-1. 12 hits for the Voyagers thus far. 6 on the other side for the Paddleheads, who trail by 3, 7-4 the score. But again, touched on it a few times. A number of those hits, not loud contact whatsoever. The 0-1 misses outside, evens up the count. With Timmons on the hill in the 4th and 5th, Great Falls continually hit these high-hopping, slow rollers to the first base side that led to infield singles. Just was wild. I'd never seen an instant like that, where so many similar plays happen. As the 1-1 gets by the catcher Davis, that will allow Runge to move up to second. Pitch was low and in from Longry. Count 2 ball, 1 strike. And I have to wait to see what the call was there. That was close. That's where I defer to the scorer's judgment on if that was a wild pitch or a pass ball. I would be leaning more pass ball, I think. 2-1 with 1 out. Now a runner on at second. Jepson waits, that bat on his shoulder. The pitch is on its way. It's a slider down low for ball 3. Good pitch from Longry. Missed somewhere. Apparently, the umpire saw that as being low. 3-1 now the count to Jepson with Colbush on deck. First base is open with Runge on at second. 3-1 pitch, foul, straight back by Jepson. He was on that one in a 3-1 count. Just a challenge fastball from Longry. Jepson couldn't do more with it than foul it back. You've got some guts to throw a pitch like that to a hot hitter. See if you can put him away. The payoff. Slider, bounce to the left side. Whatley gets a great hop, throws to third, and they get the lead runner at third. Runge is out. Good heads-up defense by Whatley, seeing that he had a great chance to get the runner at third. Tommy Thompson didn't see it that way. Yakking at the umpires. Picks up another Tommy talk for the week. Again, we're keeping track of how many times Tommy Thompson talks to the umpires through the week. So he has a habit of doing so. That's number 8 so far in the series. So we got hits, runs, earned runs, walks. And we're also keeping track of Tommy talks. Here's Derek Colbush. First pitch on the way is in on the hands, but fouled off. I mean, that thing almost looked like it was headed towards Colbush. That thing was way in on the hands. Almost seemed like he had to back up just to get the bat on it. He's shaking his hands now. It must have been way in on his hands on towards the nub. That could not have felt good. Hands must be ringing right now. As Longry throws the 0-1, it's a fastball up above the letters. Evens up the count at 1. Score stands at 7-4 in favor of Great Falls. Difference in the game right now is that inning aided by all the defensive mistakes in the second, where Great Falls scored 3. 1-1 pitch, runner takes off, swing and a miss, throw down to second base by Davis to the left of the bag. So stolen base sees runner move up to second. Count is 1-2 to Derek Colbush. But now Longry is going to have to deal with a runner on base in this situation. Runner is Jepson, who reached on the fielder's choice. If you're scoring at home, it was a 6-5 fielder's choice. That previous at-bat saw Whatley throw to third as Colbush stays alive, poking one foul to the left side. A ball and 2 strikes is the count to Colbush. If Colbush finds his way aboard, McCabe waits on deck for the Voyagers. 1-2 the count. Longry set up on the third base side, looking back at Jepson. Now we're going to see Longry step off. Thought for a second that he was going to fire it back to try to pick off Jepson. I saw Whatley kind of race towards the bag. Real direct route. But it was just to kind of try to scare Jepson. Whatley kind of creeping behind him now to the left of the bag. 1-2 with 2 away. Longry throws. This one popped up behind home plate. Now coming to the left side. Coming in is the catcher Davis, and he makes the catch. just to the right of the coach's box on the third base side. Voyagers turned away here in the top of the 6th. 3-run deficit for the Paddleheads. Here comes the peanut inning. You are listening and watching Paddleheads Baseball here on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula and GoPaddleheads.com. Got the bottom of the 6th coming up.
Hi, I'm Dave Lapham. I was motivated to have surgery because I can no longer do the things I love doing without the pain. I had a total knee joint replacement surgery, and I'm so happy with the care that I received. The surgery went so well, I was up and walking within a few hours and went home the next morning. I would recommend Missoula Bone and Joint to anybody who wants to keep being active without the constant pain. I loved having surgery at an outpatient setting so I could recover at home, and I can't wait to get back to my outdoor activities.
Pitch to Boning on the way, called strike on the outside. Count is 0-1. 0-1. We apologize for the technical issues we're having back here at the ballpark, Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. Bottom of the sixth inning as we return. Again, having more problems with the cellular connection here at the ballpark. This inning has gotten off to a great start for Missoula here in the bottom of the sixth. Missoula trails by 3 at 7-4, but Paddleheads have put the first two runners on in this inning with Becerra, Anthony Becerra on the mound, Ray Jones in the box, who hits one foul off to the right. So Jared Akins walked to start the inning, and then Brandon Boning followed that up, being hit by a pitch. So Becerra not helping himself out as Ray Jones does represent the tying run in the box. Still looking for his first hit, 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for 6 as a Paddlehead. The 0-2 is way up high and inside. It gets Jones. Look out. Man, that one came way up, I believe. Got him in the wrist. Oh, man. That's going to send Luke McCarthy out. Check on Jones. Hopefully he's all right. That one just got away from Becerra, and this inning is going all wrong for the left-hander. Manager Michael Schlack also out to check up on his new left fielder. Oh, 0-2 the count now to Ray Jones. McCarthy is still talking with Ray Jones on that first base side. Again, just got hit by a pitch on the inside portion of the plate. The bases are now loaded with nobody out, with Becerra hitting two batters and walking another. Paddleheads have never led in this game, trailed by as many as 5 runs in this contest as well, but have the bases loaded here with nobody out. As Ray Jones continues to talk on the first base side. Ryan Whithorn also getting involved in the conversation as well. The umpires also are getting together, talking about something. Are they saying that Ray Jones swung the bat? Or it went off of his bat? And that pitch on the inside? We're going to bring Ray Jones's back out. See if he can grab it. Apparently, that pitch up and in, they're saying, made contact with the bat. So Ray Jones apparently will not be awarded first base here. We'll have to try to continue this at-bat the old-fashioned way. Wow, what a rough sequence that was for Jones. Not only does he get hit with a fastball up and in, but it also happens to make contact with his bat, apparently. So a foul tip That's about the roughest foul tip you'll ever see. The count is 0-2 now on Jones as well. Man, that's a rough go. See if Jones can find a way to fight back in this at-bat. 2 runners on, nobody out. Thought you're going to see the bases loaded. The 0-2 pitch. Way outside, gets past Emmanuel. That will allow the runners to move up to second and third. Becerra is all over the place in this inning. I'm shocked not to see somebody warming in that Great Falls bullpen down the right field line either. With Becerra struggling to find the zone like he is, you would think you would see somebody start getting loose. But evidently, they're going to try to stick with Becerra in this spot. One and two. Nobody out. Pitch to Jones. In tight, almost got him again. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Pitch on the way is a fastball up above the belt for ball 3. 3 ball, 2 strike count. As Sammy B continues the peanut chance. Nobody out in the inning. Becerra trying to find something. It's been all over the place. Jones waits. The 3-2 is cut on and missed. Pitch on the inside for strike 3. And that's about the roughest at-bat you'll ever see. Got hit by a pitch. It just happened to hit the nub of the bat as well. And after that happens, Jones strikes out. As Kevin Watley will now be the batter. Watley, 1 hit tonight. He's 1 for 2. Touched on the defensive miscue made by Watley in the second, where he had a ball sneak under his glove at shortstop, part of a 3-run rally for the Voyagers. Chance to make up for that here with a couple of runners in scoring position. We saw Brandon Boning make up for a mistake at the plate with a double scoring 2, so maybe Watley can do the same in this instance. 7-4 game, pitch on the way 0-1 is taken low, evens up the count. Missoula has been on the board in each of the last 2 innings, scoring 2 in both. Lead runner is Akins at third, with Boning at second. Sammy B continuing to beg for peanuts. 1-1 pitch is in tight. Did it hit Watley? No, it did not. Pretty close. The lefty Becerra on the mound. Watley hitting from the right side, a switch hitter. 2 ball, 1 strike count to Kevin Watley. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Off the plate away. Watley looks a little ticked off at himself for swinging at that. Knowing with Becerra struggling to find the zone, helping him out a little bit there, chasing one off the plate. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at another one off the plate. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. And that's got to be a frustrating at-bat for Kevin Watley, as Cam Thompson will now jump into the box. Cam Thompson will now look to come up big with 2 outs. This inning was seemingly going towards disaster for Becerra and the Voyagers after it looked like you just put 3 runners on for free. He's able to get Jones after he catches a break. First pitch to Thompson is fouled back. And then a strikeout to Watley. Now all of a sudden, Becerra just 1 out away from getting out of this thing without allowing any runs to come in. 0-1 the count to Cam Thompson, who's so productive swinging it last season. Oftentimes, this would be a spot where Thompson would come through. See if he can do it here. He's hitless so far, 0 for 2. The 0-1 from Becerra, way outside as that slider flutters off the plate to even up the count. 1-1 now to Cam Thompson. Missoula trying to inch closer. Trailing by 3, Thompson does represent the tying run in the box with a pair of runners on. 1-1 from Becerra. Swing and a miss at a challenge fastball on the inside. Thompson couldn't catch up with it. Count is now a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Becerra trying to fight his way all the way back. 1-2. Can Thompson find a way in this at-bat, or with Becerra? Turn the paddleheads away. 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch down below the knees, and Becerra escapes the inning. Paddleheads leave a couple of runners in scoring position, do not score. We are headed to the top of the 7th. Great Falls continues to lead by 3. You're listening and watching Paddleheads Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio and GoPaddleheads.com.
Help raise money for the Garden City's high school golf programs and have a blast playing a round of golf at the Missoula Country Club while you contribute to a great cause. On Monday, June 13th, MCC is hosting the annual Skip Kapravica Golf Tournament. For $80 per player and $320 per team, you and your squad will get an 18-hole scramble, lunch, and a chance to win a ton of great prizes. Help raise money for the golf programs at Big Sky, Hellgate, Sentinel, and Loyola by playing in the annual Skip Kapravica Tournament at the Missoula Country Club Monday, June 13th.
Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf has a ton of new hockey gear arriving in July. Fresh releases from Bauer, CCM, Warrior, and more. But if you feel the need to find a deal, stop into Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf today to shop everything still on the shelves from last season in both hockey and lacrosse. And if you're a serious penny pincher, you can start planning for the end-of-season sales event, coinciding with the ice being taken out of Glacier Ice Rink. Hockey and Lacrosse Wolf, still open 7 days a week, serving up the best deals in hockey and lacrosse.
In Italian, tagliere means to cut in two. How fitting, because when you visit Tagliere Deli, Missoula's best sandwiches are so mountainous, you'll certainly need to cut them in half. From the Food Network to the best of Missoula, the public has spoken, and Tagliere Deli in Missoula has the best sandwiches in the entire Garden City. If you haven't tried Tagliere or you're craving a delicious sandwich, either stop into the deli located next to the roundabout at Higgins and Beckwith, or tune in to Nuanez Now every Tuesday for your chance to win. Tagliere Deli and ESPN Missoula providing you free sandwiches every Tuesday.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Eddie McCabe will get this half frame started for Great Falls, who escaped a threat. Unscathed in the bottom of the 6th. Still lead by 3. First pitch to McCabe is off the plate. Longry back out for a second inning of work out of the bullpen. C.J. DeBose, obviously done as Becerra took over in the last inning as McCabe skies one right center field. Looks to be playable for Greenwald as he makes the catch in relatively shallow right center field for out number 1. So McCabe sent back to the dugout. Now 1 for 4 in the contest. It's now stepping into the box will be Nick Emanuel. Emanuel so far 1 for 4. And really, Paddleheads have been able to hold a number of these hot hitters down. The opposition to Runge. What a run it's been for Colin Runge the last 2 nights. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Had 3 hits last night as well. The only other hitter going with multi-hit game is Brunson, who waits on deck. The 1-0 pitch is outside. That doesn't really tell you the story of him hitting the ball hard, as both of his hits are infield singles. 2-0 with 1 out. grassy knoll down the left field line, still occupied by a lot of kids. The lightsaber's been the popular toy. The 2-0 from Longry, fastball, strike on the inner half. Of course, it was supposed to be Star Wars night tonight, but with the inclement weather around and the indecisiveness about status of the game, front office thought it would best to push it back. 2-1 pitch is fouled off to the left, even up the count at 2. But still seeing the lightsabers around. Touched on it earlier in the time in between first pitch and the delay, or the delay and first pitch were delayed for about 45 minutes to them clearing off the field, getting the tarp off the field, getting it ready for play. But it was bedlam down the left field line with those little ones. 2-2 pitch is fouled off by Emmanuel. Stays alive to keep it even. I mean, there must have been 25, 30 kids over there, all with these lightsabers. And there were kids just going to town, just packing away at one another. Looked more like a no-holds-barred WWE match than did anything else. 2-2 the count with 1 out to Nick Emmanuel. Pitch on its way from Longry. That one skied down the left field line, hooking foul, and it's over the top of the bullpen. That one's onto the grassy knoll. Little guy's got it. Looks like he'll get lifted off the field by his dad, maybe trying to come to his aid of his son, knowing that maybe the thundering herd would be coming after him. Hey, kid's got a baseball. Let's all take him out. 2-2 the count to Emmanuel. It got pretty brutal, if I remember, down the left field line with foul balls last year. We're getting a couple of shots on the television side last spring. Kids doing body slams and all this crazy stuff. 2-2, strike 3 on the outside corner to Emmanuel. Didn't like the call, but Emmanuel is sent packing. Second strikeout for Emmanuel. Second as well for Longry. Looking for a quiet top half of the 7th. This is a nice answer so far for Longry. After seeing things go all wrong in that outing he had earlier in this series, didn't have his best stuff. Able to bounce back so far, has been very solid here. Here's Tavis Brunson with the bases empty. First pitch on its way. Slider right there. Strike 1 at the knees on the outside. Brunson touched on those odd sequences with high hoppers on the first base side leading to infield hits, even though they weren't hardly touched, seemingly, by the bat. The 0-1 pitch is low, but Brunson has been able to reach on 2 different sequences where he's hit the ball that way. 2 infield singles. 2 for 3 thus far. 7-4 contest sees Great Falls in front here in the top of the 7th. Longry set at the belt. Target inside, pitch on the way is fouled, straight back. A ball and 2 strikes now the count to Tavis Brunson. Number 9 hitter in the order, Adam Oviedo, would be next. Michael Schlack makes his way out onto the field to pick up that foul ball. Tommy Thompson had something to say to him on his way back into the dugout. Wonder what he said. Sure, no malice behind it. 1-2 pitch is a fly ball. Center field looks to be playable for Sparks, who backpedals a step, makes the play. 1-2-3, top half of the 7th for Quentin Longry. We are going to the bottom of the inning in a 3-run contest. 7-4 is the tally. The Paddleheads trail here on 102.9 ESPN Radio and GoPaddleheads.com.
New to Missoula, your home improvement company offers full-service remodeling of windows, doors, bathtubs, walk-in tubs, and showers. Customize your home with quality craftsmanship to create the home of your dreams. Before you start your project, visit the showroom, discover top-performing brands, and the newest innovations. Your home improvement company is open and hiring. Get the best pay and benefits you deserve by providing world-class products and outstanding service. Your home improvement company, now open and hiring in the Southgate Mall next to Shield.
Trails.
Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer Equipment is a local, family-owned business and proud sponsor of Missoula PaddleHeads baseball. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer carries a wide variety of truck and trailer accessories, gooseneck and dump equipment. Anytime you want to maximize your flatbed, have hauling needs, require specialized fabrication, or need trailer repair, get the job done right. For professional advice, go to the experts at Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer Equipment, 5680 Expressway in Missoula, or check out their inventory at www.rmtte.com.
The Kiwanis Club of Missoula is excited to share with our community that the annual Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast fundraiser is back. With safety in mind, they will host the Pancake Breakfast outside Saturday, June 11th at the PaddleHeads Stadium from 8:30 to 12:30 in honor of their 101st anniversary as a Kiwanis Club serving Missoula. The community is invited to join in on the annual Pancake Breakfast, fun for free. It's the Kiwanis Club Pancake Breakfast, Saturday, June 11th at Ogren Park.
What's up? This is Sammy B, the MC for your Missoula Paddleheads. Thanks for listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM.
Part of the order coming up for the Missoula Paddleheads here in the home half of the 7th. 7-4 score, Missoula trails. Lamar Sparks gets this inning started, and he takes outside. Becerra's still out there for this half inning. Gatewood to follow. As 3, 4, 5 batters are due up in this inning as the 1-0 also misses to make the count 2-0 on Sparks. So Sparks, Gator, and then Keaton Greenwald in this half frame for the Paddleheads. 2-0 to Lamar Sparks. First pitch, or the 2-0 pitch, is a soft liner right field. This one's going to get down in front of Brunson. So Lamar Sparks finds himself on base for the second time tonight. He's now 2 for 3. And now Gatewood is coming up. Lefty-lefty matchup with Becerra on the hill. Saw Becerra walk and hit a batter. First 2 batters he faced in the 6th. Thought Ray Jones, well, he did hit Ray Jones, just was lucky in that the ball actually hit his hand and his bat at the same time, so it was a foul ball. Then Ray Jones would go on to strike out in that AB. And Becerra would find a way to navigate out of that inning without giving up any runs. 0-1, pitch to Gatewood is a ground ball picked by Jepson at first, throws to second wide, and they do get the lead runner at second as Oviedo is able to glove that wide throw from Jepson. It was a nice pick by Jepson at first on that grounder. But a wide throw almost led to disaster in that spot as Oviedo bailed him out. Keaton Greenwald now into the box with 1 out. Thought maybe the Paddleheads were going to protest that call a bit at second base as Sparks was kind of hanging around on the diamond, but finally stepped off. First pitch to Keaton Greenwald, taken for a strike on the inside at the knees. 0-1 to Keaton Greenwald. Hitless thus far tonight. Missoula trying to fight back in these last 3 innings, trailing by 3. 0-1 pitch is just high. Maybe a bit off the plate as well to even up the count. There is some activity going in the Missoula pen down the left field line. Looks like, I believe that's Hellinger, Sam Hellinger, and yes it is, as the 1-1 misses inside to make the count 2-1. Another guy looking for a bounce back performance out of the bullpen. Got roughed up 2 nights ago in game 2 of this series. 2-1 is off the outside part of the plate to make the count 3-1 to Greenwald. Greenwald gets on base in front of Davis. Davis would represent the tying run in the box in the 7-4 game. Gatewood on at first, who reached on the fielder's choice, 3-6. 3-1 pitch from Becerra is low and in for ball 4. That will send the rookie Davis to the plate, representing the tying run. Davis did pick up his first professional hit earlier in the game, a single up the middle. So over this point, 1 for 3. Will be a lefty-lefty matchup with Becerra, the southpaw, on the hill, facing off with Brenton Davis in the box. Back in action tomorrow afternoon, a 2 o'clock scheduled start here at Allegiance Field in the finale. First pitch to Davis is skied down the left field line. He's got some hook. Rungee's going after it, but it's on the grassy knoll. Playable for a kid in a paddlehead tie-dye jersey. There you go. Ooh, he took a tumble after he got that. Oh, boy. Looks to be okay, though. Probably pretty slick out there on that grass knoll with the showers earlier. Now bodies are flying everywhere out there. Man, craziness over there. 0-1 pitch is down low to even up the count. But me, I'm thinking myself as a kid, that would 100% been me as a little guy. Rolling around, just causing chaos. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a ball hit the other way, down the left field line. This one looks to be playable in foul territory, and it is. Making the catch on the move was Michael Deeb to record out number 2. Deeb had to go quite a ways into the corner to track that one down. That one hung up long enough to allow Deeb to track it down for the second out. That will send Jared Akins into the box. Missoula's threatened in both of these innings against Becerra, but at this point they haven't been able to break through. Had 2 runners on at second and third in the 6th. Have 2 runners on at first and second here in the 7th. Trailing by 3, and they're running out of chances. First pitch from Becerra, broken bat, slow roller, first base side. No problem for Jepson as the barrel ended up going out towards second base, but that's the end of the inning. The Paddleheads once again turned away in this half, and they remain down 3, 7-4 the score here on 102.9 ESPN Radio and GoPaddleheads.com.
The Bell Pipe and Tobacco Shop presents Solitude.
It's great to see you again, Otis.
Yeah.
I sure missed the smell of the bell. Hiding out from COVID sure took its toll, but I guess it wasn't all bad. You know what Schopenhauer said?
Right.
He said, if a man does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free.
You're never lonely if you have a cigar.
Well said, Otis.
The Bell Pipe and Tobacco Shop when it's time to buy some company. Yeah.
Missoula Bone & Joint has been providing quality orthopedic care for over 60 years. We offer a one-stop option on Mullen Road, which includes an orthopedic urgent care walk-in clinic, a state-of-the-art outpatient surgery center, MRI, digital x-ray, and physical therapy services. Our experienced team of orthopedic surgeons have an excellent reputation for providing successful outcomes and compassionate care. Missoula Bone & Joint, quality care from people who care.
Tune in to Nuanez Now every Friday to catch up with Carolyn to get a little bit of a different view on sports.
So then he got hurt because his coach and fellow players kind of made a couple comments because he missed important shots. And then he had he felt bad. He was sad. And so now he's getting traded. And I just think you're just trading 2 babies for each other, and you're just going to have the same amount of problems.
Catch the chick who doesn't know sports on Fridays on Nuanez Now on ESPN Missoula.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Two innings left here at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park. Score remains in favor of the Great Falls Voyagers, 7-4. They've led most of the way tonight. Jumped on the board in the second inning with a pair of runs. They've led by as many as 5 in the contest. But Missoula's kind of been hanging around the last couple of frames. Have been knocking at the door against Becerra the last 2 innings, having 2 runners on in each of the last 2, but have unable to get anything home. New pitcher is on for the Missoula Paddleheads to start this inning. Sam Hellinger is out there, getting his second appearance in this 6-game slate and looking to wipe the memories clean of a bad outing he had his last time out. First pitch, fastball, misses up high to Adam Oviedo. So 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Great Falls here in the top of the 8th. Oviedo, big swing of the bat his last time up. The 1-0 delivery is high again to make the count 2-0. Oviedo doubled off the wall in right his last time. Last time the Voyagers were on the board. That was back in the 5th inning. A couple of scoreless frames since that 5th. 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Challenge fastball. Makes the count 2-1. Voyagers, 12 hits in the game compared to 7 for Missoula. 3 errors, though, in the first couple innings, really playing still a big impact in this one. The 2-1 offering on its way. This one fouled off to the right. Even count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fun afternoon, as I mentioned. Lined up tomorrow, 2 o'clock, first pitch. Every Sunday, home game. Day to bring out the kids to the ballpark. All kids under the age of 12 and under will get into the park for free. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a slow lower to the right of the mound. Boning has it cleanly, throws on to first in time to get Oviedo by a step and a half. 1 down in the 8th. So Oviedo now 1 for 2 in the ball game. He had that double and also reached on a couple of walks. As Jake Malik will now jump in. Malik, relatively quiet night for him. 1 for 4. But hitting in a big spot, thinking about the man who's on deck. As target will be outside from Davis. Here it comes from Hellinger, and it is a fastball that just misses outside. Not by much, though. Count is 1-0. Talked about the grassy knoll through this game. 1-0 pitch with the kids getting it for free tomorrow. Wonder what the heck's going to look out there tomorrow. Might really be going off the rails. Just hope a kid doesn't end up on the field. 2-0 the count with 1 out. Target again away to Malik. Rock fired. This one swung on and missed. Actually came on the inside part of the plate. Malik swung right through it. 2 ball, 1 strike count now with 1 out and the base is empty. Family atmosphere, that's always an awesome part of baseball. 2-1 pitch, fouled, hit the other way, and another pitch on the inside portion. Even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. These Missoula fans definitely love their baseball. They love coming out to support their team. They're always very into the game. Peanut hitting a lot of times. It's rocking in here. The 2-2 to Malik. Again, fouled off to the left. Count stays at 2-2. I've been slowly trying a few of the concession offerings also. Figure might as well give my 2 cents to make it sound even more enticing. May not sound like that big of a deal, but I tried some of the popcorn from concession today. Fire. 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Got him looking on the outside corner. That was a pearl on the outside to record the second out of the inning. That's a big second out to get, because here comes man with the fire emoji on top of him, Runji. Colin Runji. Runji is 4 for 4 in the ball game. And looking at his last 2 games, he is 7 for 9 in his last 2. First pitch to Runji. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. That one had a vapor trail coming behind it. That one had some mustard on it. 0-1. Target outside from Davis. The 0-1 on its way. That one misses the outside, but not by much. Evens up the count at 1. Missoula trying to put up a third 0 in a row. In this half inning, 1-1 pitch is coming. This one fouled. Straight back to the backstop as the count now is a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the frame. So yes, slowly start to get to some more concession items around the ballpark. I think when we're on the road, I'm going to have some fun with that. Stay tuned. 1-2, Runge waits. Hellinger rocks from the first base side. Here it comes. Swing and a miss at a fastball on the outside. That's a solid half inning for the right-hander. Deficit stays at 3, headed to the bottom of the 8th. Come on back after this.
At Western Cider, it's all about great cider, good times, and community. As the official cider of the Paddleheads, Western Cider has a game day deal that can't be beat. Stop by the tasting room on any home game day. Show your game ticket, buy 1 cider and get 1 free. Kick back and enjoy a cheese or charcuterie plate with your cider. Then take a quick walk over the California Street Bridge to cheer on the Paddleheads. Western Cider, 501 North California Street, open 4 to 8 Monday through Thursday, and noon to 8 Friday through Sunday.
Time to celebrate, and what better way to do so than with a night of Broadway hits. Please join the Missoula Symphony Orchestra for our final concert of the season, My Fair Broadway, June 4th and 5th at the Denison Theater. This fun and entertaining concert features 2 fabulous singers from the Broadway stage, Susan Derry and John Reeson, along with local favorite Ariel Nachtigal. You won't want to miss My Fair Broadway. Tickets available at MissoulaSymphony.org.
Presented by Black Tie Broadway and sponsored by the Trimper family and the Good Food Store.
Satisfaction is guaranteed when you choose Missoula Realty. Locally owned and operated, the team at Missoula Realty has over 100 years of combined experience. As the old saying goes, it takes a village. And in this real estate market, it takes a team. See the difference a team can make. Call Missoula Realty today. Missoula Realty has a solution for every single client, from the experienced investor to the first-time homebuyer. But hey, don't take our word for it. Read unfiltered testimonials and reviews from our past clients online at ratedagent.com. Missoula Realty, 406-549-0094.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com or on the TuneIn Radio app. Now back to the ballpark.
Becerra's coming out for his 3rd inning out of the Great Falls bullpen in a 3-run game. Brandon Boning to the dish to lead it off. First pitch is a called strike on the outside as we return here on 1029 ESPN and GoPaddleheads.com. Jeff Safford with you on a Saturday night in a 3-run game. Boning swings and pops one up into shallow right field. Brunson right there in right center, and he's got it for out number 1. So Boning sent back to the dugout. Now 1 for 3. Owls bring Ray Jones into the box. Jones, his first couple of games with Missoula, can't buy a hit. Ray Jones 0 for 3 as well. They just said on the loudspeaker it's his birthday today. Come on, got to get a little bit better success on your birthday. First pitch to Jones coming. Breaking ball. Looked to be below the knees, but was called a strike. 0-1. Looking around at the scoreboard in the Pioneer, Billings sweeps the doubleheader. 16-8 win in Game 1. 6-5 win in Game 2 over Glacier. The 0-1 ground ball sharply hit. Diving stop by McCabe. Throws to first. In time, I believe. Yes, it was. In time to get Jones. Again, to reiterate, Jones can't buy a hit. What a nice play by Eddie McCabe at second. A sliding stop on that sharply hit grounder. That will send Watley into the box with 2 gone. Another final score to report. Northern Colorado over the Rocky Mountain Vibes, 6-4. Looks to be just about in the books in Boise. Ogden Raptors shutting out the Boise Hawks at this point, 7-0. Also in the ninth inning in Idaho Falls at Melaleuca Field, looks like Grand Junction is just about ready to snap the Chuckers' 4-game winning streak. They're leading 11-7 in that game in the ninth. Here in Missoula, we're in the bottom of the eighth. Great Falls leading by 3. 2-0 pitch to Watley, a big swing and a miss. Count 2 balls and a strike. See if Watley can make something happen here in the bottom of the eighth to try to keep it alive for Cam Thompson, who waits next. The 2-1 is in the dirt. 3-ball, 1-strike count. Looks like there is some action going in the Voyager bullpen. I would imagine that's Montana Quigley warming in the bullpen. Seen him typically in late inning spots for the Voyagers. 3-1 pitch. This one lifted to left field, but Deeb is able to move over towards the line and make the catch. It is a quiet 1-2-3, bottom of the eighth. We'll head to the ninth with Missoula still trailing by 3. Stick around. We got more coming up.
There is a reason customers go back again and again to DeMorris Buick GMC Mercedes, Missoula's most trusted dealership and proud sponsor of Missoula PaddleHeads baseball. DeMorris high-end service shop is unmatched in diagnostics, diesel maintenance, and repair, serving generations of satisfied customers. DeMorris Buick GMC Mercedes is your area Sprinter van headquarters for the Montana outdoor lifestyle. Check out demorris.com for new and pre-owned inventory or stop by 3115 West Broadway.
The Bell Pipe and Tobacco Shop presents Mystery Mask.
Oh, Otis, it's been...
Missoula will have a good part of their order coming up in the ninth to try to get something going. It will be the 2-3-4 hitters. 1 and 2 to Deeb. Hellinger comes to the plate. That one's fouled off. Protective netting on the left side. I believe an owl just flew over the ballpark. Looked like a screech owl. That's pretty wild. 1-2. I guess we're in Montana. You never know what you're going to see. Pitch on the way is tapped. First base side, foul. Don't worry, it was another slow roller on the first base side that was going to kick fair. Stayed foul on the first base side this time. Deeb will go back into the box, still behind in the count, 1-2. Great inning for the right-hander out of Seattle, Hellingers last time. 2 Ks, no runs, 1-2-3. But Becerra followed suit with a 1-2-3 of his own in the 8th. 1-2 to Deeb. Foul back again. Deeb battling away behind in the count. Trying to ensure he doesn't go down on strikes once again. There has not been a breath of wind in this ballpark all night. Seeing the showers stay away as well. 1-2 to Deeb is a high hopper towards second, gloved by Boning on the second hop, throws to Gatewood for out number 1. 4-3. Put out records the first out of the top of the 9th inning. That will send Riley Jepson into the box. Jepson has been corralled a bit in this game compared to the success he had coming into tonight in this series. Just 1 hit and 4 at-bats. Stepping in with the bases empty and 1 out. First pitch of this AB coming. This one is just outside for ball 1. Davis tried to frame that one up on the outside corner. Made it look pretty enticing to be called a strike, but didn't get it there. 1-0. Left-handed batting Jepson waiting. Here it comes. This one on the inside, fouled to the left. All the injury issues for Missoula. Mentioned 4 returners from a season ago, all on the inactive list. Paddleheads still trying to fight against a tough Voyager team. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss at a fastball. The inside to make it 1-2. That's one thing if you're going to take away something from this game, regardless of where it goes, is the bullpen seems to have found themselves again. Quentin Long, a nice outing. Hellinger following suit so far. 1-2 to Jepson. This one into the protective netting on the left side, staying alive. And it is pretty wild. I'm seeing that owl again over the top of the wall left. No question, that's what it is. While you see the Esper going around the bar, and now out in center field. Pitch away is visited foul out, one over top netting. Middle of fans on third base side, and he run it back up on the fans. Thumbs, everybody's all good. Don't see baseballs flying among the pavements in the area with all the protective on the ballpark. One on the way. This one, hop towards second, Bone again. On the good goes to first, and Jason is out. 1 for 5, Riley Jason. No trouble to this one. This inning, 2 outs in the bases empty. Will send Colbush to the box. Derek Colbush for 4, well for Colbush. First on the way in the day. Voyagers just have no what in this thing. It's every up ball is run. This finish has been fouled back. Swan and Voyagers up there backing. Very aggressive offense as we touched down through the week. Oh, pitch on the way. Ball just is. He's up the count wall and 1 strike. Half game tomorrow, 2 hits in the 6-0 spins. A home set. 1 delivery. Swing and a pitch on the outside. The count ball 2 strikes. We'll still hear when Thursday, Friday. Both Wednesday bring out Dawn Wednesday. Thursday's count Bruce. Thursday, Anthony Moore here on Friday. The Brew best. 1-2 swing and a miss. Fastball up above the belt. That ends the top of the 9th inning. 7-4 game roll on bottom of the 9 on 9.
On web possibilities. We live in Adavon. A adventure. A seat to treasure. In Glittery resolves another high. Another river dish. Another small town creeper retry. Let's get away. Please, rake responsibly. Lovely. Leave trace. Thank you for treasuring our treasure day. To learn more at rateresponsibly.me.com.
With so much being the work he held is key to happy and productive life. Dr. I felt like our experienced team of professionals use Van diagnostic technology to figure out issues and get you clean again. We are optotechnology, a highly advanced screen system that's the early detection of disease and other issues for digestion instances. Only care conveniently located in engagement center, North River, Stetson.
You remember fun world baseball cousin? You can't have things into Zoom. Missoula's Parrot carry all the decks you need for whether you renew old. You just get the price anywhere at until Tuesday, Friday, 10 to Saturdays. Check the town sports cards at South Avenue and get crop. Doors are full.
Wait for radio in baseball live on ESPN.com. Now back to ballpark.
The Paddleheads half smack in the middle of trying to get out of this league instead. Cam Thompson trying to get started. It's happening and having hits, and now we finally will see a pitching change as Becerra departs. It will now be Montana Quigley, who I thought would come on to start the ninth inning as it was. But instead, they go with Becerra facing some left-handed batters. And now they'll try to lean on Quigley to try to take him home for the final 2 outs. Quigley has been very solid out of the bullpen so far for Tommy Thompson and the Voyagers. This is 5th appearance, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, but they're both unearned runs. Has not walked anybody and has struck out 7. Has faced the Paddleheads this season. Actually has faced it off against them on 3 separate appearances. He's allowed 5 hits and 2 unearned runs. Actually was man that got the save game last week when Missoula tried to erase a 5-run deficit in the top of the 9th inning. They actually got 4 runs on the board, but came up just short. That 6-5 loss last weekend at Centene Stadium. Will more 9th inning drama follow Quigley in this outing? We'll have to wait and see. Keaton Greenwald will represent the tying run at the plate once we keep it rolling here. I'd like to thank everybody for sticking with us. It's been a couple of late nights with the delays, but it's still been fun to be hanging with you, and hope you're enjoying the baseball action as well. Should be a little bit of an earlier day tomorrow. 2 o'clock scheduled first pitch right here on 102.9 ESPN and GoPaddleheads.com for the finale between these two squads. Then it's 2 days off. Then Missoula will host the Billings Mustangs Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. Touched on it a few times, but you can bring out your dog on Wednesday. Wolf Wednesday, get some discounted suds for Thirsty Thursday, $3 domestic drafts, $4 craft beers. Also can go to the pregame happy hour at Canby Tap House. Starts at 5 o'clock, and then come on over to the yard after. Then Friday, if you didn't like enough beer on Thursday, you can catch the Baseball Brew Fest, where there will be over 30 beers taste all around the concourse during the game. Back to the action now. Quigley on the hill, pitching to Greenwald. First offering, a fastball swung on and missed up above the belt. Safe to say that Greenwald saw a fastball out of Quigley's hand, and his eyes turned red going after that one. There is a pinch runner on the bases. At first, Hannah is pinch running as both runners are on the move, and they'll both will take off and steal second and third. So now Sparks at third base with the pinch runner Jaden Hannah now at second. So the Paddleheads elect to go for some wheels on the bases. They've got great speed now at second and third. 1-1 pitch on the way from Quigley is a ground ball right side. Jepson, a diving stop at first, still underhand to the pitcher covering Quigley, and that's out number 2. Sparks does come in to score from third, so it's a 2-run game now, 7-5. But what a great stop by Jepson at first. Sliding backhanded stop by the Voyager first baseman. Man, Tommy Thompson has got a good one. Jepson all the way around. With 2 outs, last gasp in the bottom of the ninth will be Brenton Davis. Runner on third is Hannah, as the Paddleheads try to keep this inning alive. First pitch from Quigley is outside for ball one. Off the bat, that ball hit by Greenwald. I thought Jepson had no chance to get to that one. Just a great stop at first. 1-0 pitch is tipped foul. Pitch on the outer half from Quigley evens up the count. So a run in for the Paddleheads here in the bottom of the ninth, but still some work to do, and they'll need to come up big with some clutch 2 outs at bats to get it done. 7-5, still trailing with 2 outs in the ninth. Quigley delivers. The 1-1, this one skied into left center field. Moving over is Malik. Near the warning track, he reaches up and makes the play. And that's your ball game. So the Voyagers hang on. For the 4th night in a row, they take down the Paddleheads. Final tonight, 7-5. We'll come back and wrap it up after this.